What's up, good people? You see the title, you see the thumbnail, you know what's going down. If you're catching this after it was already uploaded, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. We're about to be getting this thing started. I'd like to thank everybody who made it into the building today. Appreciate everybody, whether you're catching it live or whether you're catching it after it's uploaded. Appreciate you. Let's get this thing started. You know how it do. We'll be joined by my special guest momentarily after the intro. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. There we go.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man House with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
What's up? What's going on, good people? What's up? What's going on, good people? Appreciate everybody for making it in the building. I am right now, as we speak, formally sending the link out to the guests. I have my reasons why I don't do it. Have my reasons why I don't do it beforehand. That is weird. Wait, no, we ain't having no technical issues today. Not today. Okay, link is sent. We in the building. We ready to go. We ready to get this thing started. The link is sent. Oh, already got my earpieces ready to go. And we in here. Shout out to the early bird squad, those that make it in bright and early. Drop a comment before everything gets started. Appreciate each and every one of you. Stoic One in the building. Shout out to Stoic One. Says Peace Be Iron Chat. Excalibur in the building. Says Slubnar Raleigh in chat room. My man Black Wolf Inc. in the building says it's about to go down. Urban Book Club in the building. What's up? Salute. Shout out to you. Daryl L the second. Shout out to you. Dark Low IQ says what's up, fam. Brenda W in the building. What's going on? Wow, I almost lost my voice on that one. We got how do we say that? MR Aqua, Mr. Aqua. I think that might be right. I'm not 100% sure. Game changer up bright and early on the West Coast. Shout out to, or maybe he's still in the DR somewhere. Who the hell knows? Last I talked to him, he was somewhere overseas. So who knows where Game Changer is at right now? Perhaps he's just up early. But no, he says up early, so I'm assuming that's West Coast. The Mac the Trucker in the building. What's happening? Soul Provider, Nicer. Tim Howard 5 says Jessica X killing it, and the sisterhood can't stand it. We about to get into that. We about to get into all that. It's about to be a deep dive today. Deep dive. Soul Provider speaks in the building. Let's see what dudes get emotional triggered. Salute VR. Oh yeah, some of that's coming too. You know, some of that is coming too. But without further ado, let's bring her on up. This is my first time doing a formal interview of a female on this show, so we'll see how this go. Without further ado, what's going on? What's up? Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Bernard. Did I hear that I am?
You are. Oh, hold on. Let me get your volume right. You came through hella loud. Let me tweak my system. Yes, yeah, you are the first female interview, and you said Bernard. Right up to date.
Yeah, I'm honored to be the first woman interview.
Yeah, first. I mean, I dropped a link in the chat so women can come up. I've had women on the show just spontaneously, but far as an actual full blown interview with the woman, you are the first. One year in business, you're the first one who broke that glass ceiling of doing a one-on-one with me. So there's that.
Excalibur said Bernard. Over here we say Bernard. Bernard. We don't say Bernard, we say Bernard.
See,
but I'm going to get it correct.
Normally, y'all actually pronounce things the right way, even though it sounds wrong to us. But I think y'all are getting it wrong on this one because y'all are not putting the R before the N. Y'all are saying Bernard.
It's like bird. You know, like same sort of. It's like same sort of sound. Put it that way.
Okay, yeah. I still, y'all not getting it. Y'all not getting that one right. Y'all got that one all wrong. But okay, well, I'll let you have that one. It took me a while to let y'all have zebra because I was convinced that it was pronounced zebra my whole life. And when they said zebra, I'm like, why are they saying zebra? And then somebody had to practically spell it out to me. Go take me back to first grade and go That's a short E. There's no other letter making that E. The long E is and I was like, it's like my life changed right there. Like, oh shit, we're stupid in America. We sitting there calling it zebra, and it's clearly zebra. That's a short E. So
you know what? Half the time I don't even know it until we're having conversations, and somebody will be like, "Say that again. Say that again." So they'll say it with like, we say vitamins, you say vitamins.
Vitamins.
Yeah, and you guys say vitamins.
I think y'all got that right too. That should be a short I.
Okay, all right.
No, y'all don't got Bernard right. No, y'all do not got that one right. That's the only one. I will not move. I will not give y'all that one. But Black Wolf Inc. in the building with a super chat says, "Good morning, Captain. And what's up, love?" I assume that you're love in this equation.
I hope so. Hey, Black Wolf Inc.
Assume that you're love. He says, "Let's go, baby." Shout out to Black Wolf Inc. Shout out to everybody making it in bright and early. And let me do like I normally do. Sometimes I'm the last one to actually hit the like on my video while I'm encouraging everybody else to hit the like. We got RBR in the building. Have you ever talked to RBR?
We've had a few discussions. Yeah.
How did that go?
It probably went just as you imagined it would go. You see, RBR, he @s me in the mentions quite a lot.
Me too.
Yeah. So you get it then. The most random topics, he just @s me. So RBR is familiar with me and I'm familiar with him.
All right, cool. All right, well, let's get this thing started as we wait for more people to come in on this fine Saturday morning. We'll get it going, get it started. start out with the easy questions. We not at the Solo TV 84 in the building. What's going on, Solo? Me and Solo, man, we trying to get our wires connected, man. Our wires are crossed. We there will be a one-on-one with me and Solo. I don't even know if it'll be on his channel or my channel, but just stay tuned. It's coming. It's coming. I guarantee you, it's coming. But yeah, we gotta get our get our wires connected. Our wires be a little crossed when we're trying to get it together. But one is coming. But Solo TV 84 in the building.
RBR just added me again. His phrase that he likes to call me is high yellow heifer.
High yellow heifer.
Yeah.
Is that worse than when I called you a British blackish chick? Like that? I called you British, and that's one of the questions. That's one of the questions I wrote down. So I guess I tell you, not give you time to think about it. Why do a British blackish tea and crumpets chick care about all these Black American issues? Why is that? You don't got to answer that one now. That one coming later.
We'll get into it later.
Yeah, I wanted to. I give you a little teaser trailer of that one, so you can be ready for that one, because I'm gonna ask you that one. But he said he called you. You said a high yellow heifer. That's what he called.
Yeah. Yella. High yellow heifer.
Yellow. Yeah. we got it right on yellow too. Y'all can't have that one. It's not yellow. It's yellow. We got it right on that one. Y'all can't take that word. Y'all can't have
you can keep that one.
All right. Oh yeah, I was about to get into phase 1 of the interrogation. I'm calling it that, but it won't be that tough of an interrogation. But it's some semi-tough questions, coming down the line. But just first, the easy questions that I ask everybody when they come on. How did you get in this space? How did you find this space? Were you listening in the clouds for a minute before you joined somebody's panel? Like, what's your origin story for even how you got entangled in all of this? I think it started on Fantastic's panel, but I'll let you give that origin story in your own words. So go ahead.
Yeah, so the first panel I went on was Fantastics, but I actually found the space through O'Shea. So that's how I found the space. I went on one of O'Shea's videos, was watching, saw Mr. Fantastic in the chat. He's like, I have a channel. So I went to go and check out his channel. And yeah, that was like the beginning of me delving into the manosphere. I'd say probably from the time I got here till I got on my first panel was about a week. Did you just spill your drink?
Yeah, I do that. Sometimes I spill my first sip of coffee because if I don't like test it ahead of time, it'd be hotter than what I thought. So that first, my coffee pot is like from hell. It make the coffee too hot. You know how people fought those. We probably don't know about this in America, in the American way. People have filed lawsuits because the coffee was too hot at McDonald's. So whatever coffee pot they had that was causing lawsuits, I definitely got the same thing going on. So yeah, I burned my tongue and my lip. So yeah, I spilled a bit of coffee, as you probably would say. A bit. Not a little bit of coffee. That's what we would say. A little bit. You say a bit of coffee. But yeah, I spilled a bit of coffee. So, but there's that. So you said you was listening to O'Shea, and then you
yeah. So from me listening to O'Shea to getting on my first panel, it was probably about a week in between that. You know how, and I find it weird because there are a lot of people that say, I watched in the clouds. People watch in the clouds for years. Whereas I was just like straight in there, commenting everything straight away. I didn't watch from the clouds at all. Just jumped right in.
Okay, yeah. I was in the clouds. I was in the clouds for like a year, maybe more.
Why though?
Well, it was a different ball game. Live streaming had just started, so it was still a foreign concept to me to watch the live shows. I didn't even like listening to live shows. I would watch them. I would watch them after they were uploaded. I never commented in the chat. I just enjoyed hearing the content. And it was a time, okay, I'm not criticizing any particular content creators right now, but before live streaming was a thing, the content creator had to actually grow his platform without group help, so to speak. Maybe he could get a good collab here, a good collab there, get lucky, go viral here, go viral there. And firsthand how that give you a little bump if you have a video that goes semi-viral. I know that as well. So, but typically the content creator was talented and the only one that you wanted to hear. But then when the panel thing got going, it's like, hey, it was just like a link in the chat free for all. And I didn't even realize that because I was just listening to. I stumbled into Obsidian, where he used to just do a pre-recorded 1 hour video every day, and I wasn't even aware he had another channel where he was going live. So when I found out about the live show, I started listening to the live show at work after it was already uploaded. I was listening to the live show, a pre-recorded live show. Then my schedule changed, and I started catching it actually live while it was happening. And then somewhere along the way, I started a channel and started doing pre-recorded stuff. But then it was a change in my schedule where I was like, you know what? I'm about to start taking the links. But if you came in right at ground zero, the link in the chat, then hell, just take the link, But for when I started out, that was a foreign concept, taking the link or dropping the link. So I was in the clouds for a minute.
Yeah, I think I got here when live streams were a thing. So, because I think the one that I got onto, O'Shea's one that I found, that was a live stream. So that's why I was like chatting away in the chat box. And then, Fantastic's one was a live stream. So I came in the live stream era.
Yeah.
That's
you're a chick. You wanted to be seen. We understand. Okay. All right.
No, I was just like,
we get it.
That's part of the nice thing about the live streams, though. It's interactive. You can talk because, okay, put it this way: I couldn't watch a 3-hour show if it wasn't a live stream. I'd probably lose interest somewhere along the line. But where you've got the chat box and you're talking to everyone and you're listening at the same time, you can actually get through a show that long. So it's I like live streams.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I understand that. I understand that. That's it depends. There's some content creators that, like, for example, Angry Man, Obsidian. Those are just there's others, but Angry Man and Obsidian, those are two people. If it's a good topic, I more so want to just hear their opinion and their perspective on it. And like when Obsidian, like I would listen to Obsidian sometimes when he would open up the panel, and then it would just turn into mayhem sometimes. Sometimes I didn't even want to hear the mayhem. I just wanted to hear what he had to say on it, So it depends. It depends on the creator. You like it. You like it a bit. Let's see. There you go with that. A bit. You like it a bit wild. Okay.
No. I said panels can get wild.
Oh,
like if there are too many people, they can get a bit wild. Yeah.
Okay, we got RBR back in the building with a super chat. Hey, RBR, I do actually appreciate your support, even though you're crazy and I barely let you up. I do appreciate your support, man. I really do. I don't take it lightly, but I can't have you come up clowning all the time. He says, to cam up or not to cam up? That is the question. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. We're gonna talk about that. That's coming down the pipeline. I have my opinions, but we're gonna touch on that. Let's see. What was your first impression of this when you found it? You heard all the conversations going on. What was your first impression?
I thought it was interesting. The topics, the discussion, how interactive it was. Because I think, no, do you know what? I probably had found a live stream before that. No, I'd probably been on a live stream before that. But it was interesting. That's why I came back. It was interesting to me. It was intriguing. And so, yeah.
What was interesting and intriguing about it? Oh, Black Wolf timing people out already. Let's see what he say. That's good. That's his using. So okay, sure. Okay. What was interesting and intriguing about it?
Just the topic conversations. Like I don't know if it's the same for you, but no one really discusses this in real life. They don't, this is the first place that I came to that people were actually having these discussions, and they're almost like forbidden or off limits in real life. And so, it was just a chance to get involved.
Yeah, when far as me, it wasn't so much. I mean, to some degree, it's very true. People don't discuss this kind of stuff in real life. That much is true. And I had a lot of these thoughts circulating in my head, and it was hard to find anywhere where people was actually talking about it. So that's sort of
Same.
So that was more or less what happened with me. All right, let's get going. Were you ever a feminist?
A feminist?
Were
No.
you ever a feminist at one point? Come on.
No. To be honest, no. Put it this way. Oh, do I think that like women and men and women should be paid if they have the same job? Should they be paid the same amount? Yeah. Things like that, but not like, women empowerment. No.
What's wrong? Why you don't like women empowerment?
Because it's not women empowerment, is it? It's like how could I put it? What actually empowers women, and what makes your life best, really and truly, is actually embracing the role of a woman. Women, it's like women don't seem to get that. They think that they have to be more like men in order to get the best life. So it's like, okay, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to compete more, I'm going to earn more, I'm going to educate myself more, I'm going to get stronger, I'm going to do all of this stuff, I'm going to be independent. But they don't realize that that's not actually empowering them, it's holding them back. So it's like the myth of female empowerment, but I don't see it that way.
Okay, Ray Clemens in the building. He says Bernard Riley, Jessica X, Obsidian, pre-recorded video and blog talk shows were the ish. Oh, yeah. See, that part I remember. Obsidian pre-recorded stuff. I don't know about the blog talk radio. If he was on, I don't know if he was doing a multi like if he had the stuff that he was putting on the internet. If he was putting that also on Blog Talk Radio, I don't know. I hear about his Blog Talk Radio days. That was before my time, or it was happening simultaneously, and I didn't know. But I do remember he used to drop a 1 hour pre-recorded video each day, and yeah, it would be fire. And he kept them all up. So even when I found them like early 2018, maybe late 2017, he had everything he did from 2017 just logged in there. So I just went back and binge watched all of them, and that's how I got the whole history of this space. Well, I say history from his perspective, because when BGS and Angry Man lay out the history, it's a little different than when Obsidian lay out the history. But that was how I got educated into everything. Mafa says Ty City, stop hate watching. Look, Ty City's our resident. Ty City is the resident hater, man. We've just come to love and embrace the hate that we get from Ty City around here. I wouldn't feel right if Ty City wasn't in there hating and taking clips. I wouldn't even feel right. He
can't resist the opportunity. 2 members of the new Black Manosphere, Bernard. That's what we are, remember? New Black Manosphere, we're in here. Clip that, Ty City.
Shout out to Ty City. He said replace the word hate with truth. Right on. Respect to Ty City. I just go with it when they start saying he was hating. I just go ahead and go with it. But no, I don't think Ty City a hater. He got his, Ty City is Ty City. That's how I'll put it like that. But shout out to the perfect storm. Feminism actually makes women masculine. Do you agree with what the brother said right there? Feminism,
I agree.
Masculine.
I agree.
Well, somebody who you debated before, I think her name is Janae, the other high yellow heifer. She said feminism doesn't make women masculine. It would be called masculinism if it did.
Oh gosh.
That was a quote by her. But when she said that, I just broke down the definitions. Masculine is defined as traits, attributes, or characteristics mostly associated with men. The notion of feminism says that women are ultimately equal to men and can do everything that men can do. So when you put those two things together, yeah, feminism is about women ultimately being more masculine. Like that's like, so you can't really get away from that. Like if you look up the definition of feminism and look at the definition of masculine and put them together, yeah, it's the definitions roll right together where that's literally what it means to make women more masculine. So, I mean, I don't know if Perfect Storm looked up the definition and put them together like I did, but or maybe he said that off the cuff, but he's literally right. Like that's literally the truth on that one.
Yeah, it's about feminism is essentially the push to make females embrace masculine traits. That's what feminism is.
Yeah. All right. Personal question here. I remember you mentioned before that you had some boyfriend that you had an ex. You said you said he was like 6'2", 260 pounds or something like that.
6'1".
6'1", 260. So he was, I mean,
6'1", about 250.
Oh, 250. Okay, so he was like a real pudgy dude or what?
No, not pudgy, not fat. Well built.
Okay, all right. So that was your boyfriend. That was your ex. Okay, how many times did you cheat on him?
Bernard. 0.
0 times. Okay. So why did? Okay, well, we got super chats. Hold on. Feminism has women believing they can pee standing up without getting their leg wet. Well put. Well said.
Listen, ill wills. We have the shiwi.
The shiwi. What is that?
The shiwi for
What
you
is the
to pee standing up. It's
like a little tube you put down there.
It's like how can I put it? It almost comes out in like a spout. It's bigger at the top and then it spouts forward, and then you just put it over yourself, and then it's then you pee standing up. It's called a shiwi.
Do it work when you use it?
Oh, I've never used it, but I know it exists.
Okay. Maybe you just keep one in your purse and then, whip it out. But anyway, all
Listen,
right.
If you come to a night out in London, right, late at night after the club ends, you will discover that women can indeed pee standing up. It's not a nice sight, but they do it.
No, they squat. I've seen that after the bar.
I've seen both.
So what do? They just like reach under their skirt and pull their panties to the side, or what?
Yeah, just spread the legs and let it go.
Yeah, I've seen the squat in the parking lot.
That rhymes.
What's your preferred method? The one leg up or squat in the parking lot? Which one do you do?
A toilet.
All right.
Gosh.
Okay. Oh yeah, we got RBR back in the building. I think don't quote me on this. At the very end, if I'm bring RBR up to have a brief 10-minute one-on-one debate with Jessica. I'm just gonna mute up and let RBR just tear you to shreds.
No, I've got headphones in. I can't take RBR. Do you know what? I listened. No offense, RBR, right? But I listened to RBR a few times, and his audio is, questionable. And then one time I listened to him with my headphones in, and like it almost felt like I damaged my ears. I've never heard anything like it. RBR, please get a new mic. You need a new mic, RBR.
All right. Bernard, equality doesn't mean the same. Blacks aren't the same as those people there because we are treated equally. Stop that. Okay, sure. Thank you, RBR. Appreciate you, man. Don't know what I would do without your words of wisdom. Appreciate you. Abdul Jones in the building. He says, no big fan of Jessica talking down on black women's in America haven't not planting a foot in America. But as you know, I support your platform. Appreciate you, Abdul Jones. But we're going to get into some of those questions. And that was actually one that I did. Well, I kind of in a roundabout way did plan to ask her about that, but we'll dig into that right now. Why do you hate black women in America? Why do you hate American black women so much? Okay, let me ask the question honestly. What do you think about the concept What do you think about the whole concept that you are here, you're in this space? I jokingly, affectionately call you a British blackish woman, talking about Black American women in a Black American space. What's your thoughts on that? You know, do you bare minimum you do understand some people like what the hell she here for? She don't got nothing to say, nothing to speak on this. So go ahead.
Do you know what? I do get this one a lot. It's like, why are you always speaking about Black American women? And I don't know how many times I have to just repeat it and emphasize the point that this isn't just Black American women. This is women, Western women in general. No one can point me out one single topic that I've ever covered on my show that does not apply to women here, like in the UK, women in the West, and women in America. No one can point me out one topic. If they think that I'm talking or speaking solely about Black American women, that's them personalizing it. I can't do anything about that at this point.
Huh. Okay, so let's talk about Black women. That's one thing I did want to ask you. Let's talk about Black women overseas or Black men overseas, like all the different social dynamics and everything that people talk about here between Black men and Black women. How similar is it overseas? Because I take it, I mean, well, in London or wherever you're at. Hold on, man. What the hell? Somebody get hit for? Wait, time out. Somebody unhide one on three thought or whatever her name is. Abdul Jones, man. Come on, dude. That's worthy of losing your wrench. Like you could time somebody out for calling you a simp. Even then, that's personal. But you can't hide somebody from my channel because they called you a simp. You don't get to hand somebody they hat just because you don't like them or you don't like something they said. Like, come on, somebody unhide her because I can't even do it from right here. All right, thank you, Black Wolf. Like, come on. Like, I went to my hide list. I just unhid a lot of people. If I didn't remember why they were there, I unhid them because y'all be tripping. I got too many moderators in here, and y'all think that y'all could hide somebody over a personal beef. Like, you don't. I mean, you know, nothing but respect to you, Abdul Jones. You know, you always support, but come on, like, yeah, we can't do that. We can't be hiding people over personal beefs
For no real reason, yeah.
But cut to the chase. TV said, ask her what's her credentials to do YouTube. That's shout out to
I know why he's asking me that.
yeah. We ain't even gonna rehash that one. Cut to the chase, but I did. You know, I stick up for you on that one. That was wrong, and I did make some changes on my show after that to make sure that the special guests they can be, you know, interrogated. People can ask tough questions, but I had to get rid of that whole concept of people just coming in and just attacking the lead off. But to be fair, the person who asked you that, who came in and attacked you, the same thing has been done to him when he's led off, and so so I had to change the format and had to make sure people were coming at each other with respect and everything, and not just yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it. But yeah. So I have worked on that. Anwar Dunbar in the building. He says, "Well, I for one appreciate your work, Jessica." Yeah, we're going to get into that.
Anwar.
We're going to get into that too, because that was a selling point on me, and I actually listened to your show when you pulled off the maneuver you did to get all those women with 100K subs responding to you and whatnot, and got their audience in there. You do a real good job debating them. I feel like you be stealing a lot of my arguments, by the way. I will throw that out there. But
No, Bernard, you stole mine.
get out of
Way round.
Get out of here. You be stealing all my good arguments. But
Listen,
I like it.
Could it just be that great minds think alike?
Okay, all right. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. But either way, you do a real good job at arguing the points. At arguing the points, and you be tearing them bras to shreds up there. And yeah, so that's the part where I can't argue with the talent on that aspect of it. I said it before that you can argue these points, better than I said, probably 95, 90. I said 90 at first. I probably up to 95% of the men in this space. So you do a good job on that. And that was the area where I was sold. I was sold on the talent. You didn't have me at hello with the avatar, but you did sell me on the talent. That's what I was like, all right, I gotta give the nod on that one. She's doing a good job. She's definitely
Thank
doing a
you.
good job. But let's see. We're about to get back into asking questions about Black people over in teen. This is my limited view of it. It seems as if they don't got the same problems over there. Like, what's the population of Black people? What's the population percentage?
3%.
3%. And is that 3% scattered around, or is it sort of like in pockets together, like it is, in America?
In pockets. So in the main cities is where you'd find Black people, not really outside of the main city. So London, Manchester, Birmingham, the main cities are where you're going to find Black people predominantly. You go out to the countryside, you basically see no Black people. So we're heavily concentrated in the cities.
Okay, all right. So Black people, they got their own pockets, so to speak. So would you say like they have like de facto what we would call, I'm sure y'all probably call it the same thing, ghettos over there, or no?
Yeah, but I'd say not quite as, I don't want to say quite as ghetto as the American ghetto, but we do have.
But you never been here. You can't say that about it. Okay, I'm okay. All right. Go ahead.
We do have more like hood places. Yeah, we do.
Okay.
A lot of them are getting gentrified, but there are hood places.
And so the whole dating, mating, relating thing between Black men and Black women out there, like, would you say the Black women out there have some of the same strong, independent, don't need no man thought process in their head, or no?
Yeah, the same thought process, definitely. I will say one outright, it might not be as in your face, because I've dealt with women on YouTube, and I've never seen anything like that in real life. When they're like, "What are you talking about, Bernard?" and they start clapping, and it's that mother effing, and this, like, I haven't experienced that in real life. I haven't. So it's not as in your face, but it's definitely, the mindset is still there.
Yeah, I will say everything online is exaggerated. So like, yeah, you walking about your day to day, chances are you're not going to get that, but given enough time, you're going to run into it out here. So yeah, so I mean, it is a thing. It is a thing. It's no denying that. But so it does turn into a weird thing, and this is part of a lot what a lot of people problems with you are. It's because it comes off like you're analyzing American women based off what you're seeing online, but then over there, like you just said, you don't see that much, or probably at all. I mean, how often do you have a conversation like this where somebody's going to get, like, in real life, people tend to not deliberately trigger people, or to tend to not start conversations with topics that trigger people. So you're getting a ground zero high hurricane of the effery coming on your show. Definitely.
I get you, and I get that. Listen, it's the internet, so in real life it would be more subdued, and it would be similar to what I actually do see in my everyday life, where it's not as blatant and it's not as in your face. But here's the thing: a woman doesn't have to be clapping and swearing 24/7 for her to be masculine. She doesn't. That's just an extreme. But you see it come through anyway in the behavior and the way that people talk.
Darth Look IQ says, ask Deity how long did it take for her to learn that accent?
Do you know what? Like, when I speak in my normal voice like this, am I doing good? Do you like this?
That sounded kind of Valley Girl, which is a change up. Normally, people from your neck of the woods, when they do an American accent, is normally a Southern accent, or they normally don't do Valley Girl. So that was a
I
that was
have
a
this one, and then I also have, "Hey, my name is Sally Sue. I'm from
there you go.
Alabama."
Hmm.
Yeah.
That
Just
was
gonna head down back to the trailer park real quick.
okay.
So I have
Yeah.
those two.
That was so racist, so racist. Okay.
My bad.
All right. All right. Missing some super chats. Let's get some super chats. I'm gonna get back into that. Do you know anything like off the top of your head? Like, what's the marriage? Like, what percentage of Black people out there are married?
I don't know off the top of my head. Don't know off the top of my head.
Do you know the baby mama rate, the single mother rate, or any of that?
I don't know off the top of my head. No.
Okay. Yeah, those are questions you got to know. You got to know that one. But no, that's something I'm curious about. Like those things to me will really dictate whether or not they really in the situation that we in. Like for example, whatever the marital rate is for people in general out there, if Black people, if their marital rate is the same, you can see how they are sort of culturally falling right in line or falling in with everybody else versus
Yeah. So
out here when you look at a lot of the stats and demographics. Yeah, there are a lot of more areas than where people think. Excuse me, more areas than what people think where Black people kind of fall right in line, you know, where you expect, give or take. But there's some stuff where we're doing something drastically different than everybody else, almost like we live in a completely different country. So that's what I'm fishing for. My perception is that
okay.
the small percentage of Black people out there sort of just intermingle and just fall in line and just get lost in the herd, so to speak, you know. So I don't know. That's
Here's what I'm getting. Overall, single parent rate is 14.9%. 14.9% of families are single parent families. In the Black community, that's 24%.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, 24% single parent homes.
Okay. I mean, so that's some evidence that it's worse, almost by 50%. So I mean, so there's that. So that does tell us something. That does tell us a little something. O'Shea Duke Jackson in the building said the sphere is in the building. The new manosphere is in the building. I just shout out to Ty City. Shout out to Ty City. Let's see. Let's hop on some super chats. Daryl L in the building says, "Enlighten me, please. Not familiar with your format. However, most know by now Jessica X is for Black men and healthy relationships. Why are we interrogating her like she is Pink Pill and others?" I find that very interesting. This is a lighthearted and come on, like y'all should know how YouTube worked. The interrogation thing. I mean, come on, that's thumbnail title, draw you in. It's some tough questions I'm going to ask her, but I'm not. Come on, this is not a. I'm not intended. This isn't. I'm not. I didn't bring over an enemy to interrogate. Like, no, this is not that kind of thing. Like, come on, if you don't gather from the tone of this conversation that this is not a that these aren't two enemy combatants, then you're not particularly good at reading tone, put it like that. So no, this isn't. We're not enemy combatants in a fight right here. But I tend to ask tough questions and objective questions. I tend to try to be objective and try to get the right answer. You know, try to get down to the truth. So that's what my platform is about. Let's see. Fawcett Media Group says, Jess, can we get you on the record that you really are advocating because you believe and not because you want to exploit this audience? Then flip. See, I don't mind questions like that. Those are questions that are worth being put on the table. It's a tough question. It may make the person being interviewed a little uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, hey, the questions, if it's a question that's in people's head, it needs to be asked. And he asked it. So, Jessica, you are free to answer it.
You have it right here, right now, on record that what I'm saying is actually what I believe. I don't think that somebody would be able to handle the situations that I've been in or speak how I have, combated some of the arguments that I have if this wasn't genuinely what I believed. This is what I believe. So yeah, there's no intention to exploit anything, and then flip. No, that's definitely not what I'm here for.
Right. Black Men Renaissance says, why it's so hard for Americans to conceive that that social issues within the Afro-British community don't mirror ours.
Right, and so it's because I don't know the percentages off my head. I don't even know because I saw someone say something, you don't even know the UK statistics, but you talk about the US ones. I can't name the US statistics right off my head. I have to refresh my brain of them. But what I do know is that Black women here lead the single mother rate. Black families here lead the single parent households. And then it kind of, the dynamic can split a bit because we have, so as you know, we have the Black African community and we have the Black Caribbean community. And altogether, I suppose we make up the Black community as a whole, but the culture between the two is very different. So you can see some nuances there. For example, Black African men here date out the least of any race of men. They date out the least, less than Asian. Well, when we say Asian, we kind of mean South Asian, like Indian, Pakistani, those countries. Less than those countries, less than white men, less than Black Caribbean men. So you see cultural differences, whereas I think Black Caribbean men date out more than any other group. I think apart from white men. So there are nuances within the Black community here as well. But overall, similar problems, same effects. It's very similar.
Uh-huh. All right, and the last one with the super chats. There, I said it. Says, do Black women in London embrace? We kind of already touched on this. It says, do Black women in London embrace the glorified baby mama-ism? Are British Black women socialized to view Black men as beneath them? You could that last part of it is something that you can speak on.
Yeah, it's the same sort of narrative, the same narrative where you're not doing enough. What have you built? That same narrative, the same, you're conquered, you're building off of the white man's resources. What have you done for us?
Well, hold on. Are they saying that? Are they saying that online? Are they saying that online, or are they actually? Because I don't hear. See, the one weird thing, you don't exactly hear Black women in person speaking like that. Now, some of their actions may sort of crystallize, or that they actually probably think like that, but they don't say that. I didn't hear nobody truly enunciating it like that in those words until I got online. So are women saying that in
No.
person out there, or are they saying it in media spaces out there?
In media spaces, but the conversations that you will hear in person are the colorism conversations.
Yeah,
Are the Black men are dating out too much? Black men love mixed girls and white girls. Black men don't want Black women. Those ones you hear, face to face. But
hold on, if I understand it right, Black women out there date out a lot. I think they marry out at something like a 50% rate, right?
I don't think it's at a 50% rate.
I heard somebody say that. I heard it's pretty high.
It depends where you get your sources from. You want your sources to be as accurate as possible. So I don't believe that it's happening. And then here's the thing, when it's dating out versus marrying out, because dating out could be, have you ever dated a white guy before in your life? And so 50% of women say yes, then they'd say 50% of Black women are dating out, but they just had a snog with John 2 weeks ago and they consider that dating. So it depends. With dating, is very subjective. That's why marriage rates are the best thing to go by.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't go by them having a snug with the John.
No, not a snog with John.
Okay. So I'll write that down. That's a thing. A snug. I didn't. Okay.
Snog is French kissing, tongue kissing.
Oh, okay. I went all the way. I thought snug was going all. That sounded like going all the way to me.
No.
You snugging somebody. Yeah, I figured you snugged her. You hit that. But anyway, how ironic. The country that started slavery brought the sixth generation in North America and 3% blacks left. What happened to the thank you, IBR. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. Hey, y'all sending so many super chats. I do appreciate it. I can't even get back to my interview, but keep sending the
Black
super.
population here is growing, not decreasing.
A lot of people migrating over from Africa, I presume.
Yeah, Africa. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of that will be going on. I forgot which soccer team it was. I don't know if it was Italy's soccer team that was like 80% African or well, people with dark skin. I don't know. I'm just going to assume they all migrated from Africa at some point. But yeah, their soccer team was it didn't look like the Italian soccer team at all. It was interesting when they won the World Cup. That's Black Americans. We don't know soccer. That's well, football, as you would call it. Okay, what percentage of blacks in the UK, and what is the percentage of blacks in the UK, and what is the behavior for them in the UK against the rest of the people in the UK? We kind of touched on that already.
Yeah, so 3% black.
All right, I'm gonna get back to my question. Well, shout out to Malcolm in the Middle. Appreciate the super chat. She said, "Speak on feminism in London." We kind of touched on that a little bit when I asked her, "Was she ever a feminist?" I was shocked that you said no, because I think most women had a little bit of that in them. Like I've admitted on this show before that I used to be I hate saying it, throw up in my mouth when I say it, but I used to be a male feminist myself. Like I felt like women were oppressed and they needed the help of men to bring them out of the oppression. But anyway. I had a lot of those crazy
not really
thoughts
oppressed. No, but if again, like I said, things like equal pay. I believe if you're doing the same job, same hours, same work, you should receive equal pay. That's probably like what's considered to be a feminist thought. So on that, I would say yeah, I agree. But then the whole women are equal, women are this that. No, not entirely. No.
Okay, now Emancipated Negress is saying, can Jessica name some of the Black British female YouTubers that she tried to take down, being that she said earlier that she's not specifically going after ADOS females? Go.
0. And if you, Emancipated Negress, can actually give me the names of some big platforms who are Black British female YouTubers spreading the same toxic narrative, I'll be happy to make a video about them. So yeah, go ahead and supply me the names and you'll see the videos.
All right, now Jessica,
Other than that, the biggest platforms on YouTube with that sort of rhetoric, they are Black American women.
all right. Now you're a good debater, but one thing that you missed in there is that she said platforms that you tried to take down. You got to reject the premise. All right, you haven't tried to take down their platforms. you ain't tried to take nobody down. You just responded to, picked apart, and refuted their bad arguments. Mm-hmm. They're trying to take your stuff down. Yeah, you
exactly.
You challenge the ideas. If anything, they're trying to take yours down because you're challenging their ideas. So that was one thing that I liked about what you was doing over there. You was picking apart the arguments. It wasn't just a beef fest. You were listening to what they were saying, and you were breaking down what was wrong with what they were saying. I don't like how Emancipated Negress tried to name some Black America British some Black British female YouTubers that she has tried to take down, implying that you're trying to destroy the careers of these women. No, you just it's dialogue, it's intellectual discourse, it's a rhetorical war of words. So I don't like when people try to depict it like that when the other side are the more cunning, diabolical, pinky in the brain behind the scenes trying to take people down.
It's true, because they literally have tried to take down my platform. They have. And so, yeah, if anything, taking down the platform, that's coming from the other side, not me. I haven't tried to, I've had content creators encourage mass flagging of my channel to try and get my channel removed. They filed complaints themselves to YouTube. I'm going to be bringing out a video probably later on today about that, a short video about how one of those female content creators actually used her kids to emotionally manipulate and lie to her audience in order to get them to mass flag my video. So I'll be speaking about that later. But they've literally tried to take my platform down. I haven't done the same with them. I'm focusing on the talking points, I'm focusing on the narrative, and I'm just there to combat that, not take anybody down.
Right on. All right, so let's move forward. Now, this is one, and I've been on record saying this, that the women that have came up in this space, it's only 4 channels I could think of that actually I guess recognized Black Manosphere channels. That's Kendra D. She's been here for a minute. Shout out to Kendra D. I don't know that much about Nicole Ali, but she's sort of from that same neck of the woods. I don't know that much about her. I subscribed to her like a month ago when I saw her name on the list, the official list of Black Manosphere recognized channels. Then the broke down women's perspective, and yourself.
We love them, really. Shout out to Sister George.
So those two those 4 channels are the only ones. Now, I am on record saying is that, hey, if a woman go through the gauntlet and she come out the other side, tried and true, tested, and come out on top, and she make it, and the market choose her, it is what it is. that's where I'm at with it. But as far as women starting channels in this space, I'm on record saying that we do need to monitor that, because if it gets to the point to where there are more women with channels in this space than men, there's more women with channels in the Black Manosphere, and by in the Black Manosphere, I mean the algorithm, because the Black Manosphere is an algorithm. So if it's more women whose channels are entangled into this algorithm, if it's more women who have channels that are entangled into the algorithm of the Black Manosphere, do we still have a Black Manosphere? That was the question that I put on the table, and you're sort of right at the heart of that. So, like, what's your thoughts on that? Women in the space, do we have a Black Manosphere if too many women get thriving channels going on in this space?
You see, I think at the moment, the women that are here are not an issue, right? They're not taking away from the integrity of the space. I've never heard of Nicole Ali. I'm not familiar with her.
I mean, she's cool. She's cool from what I heard. From what I heard, she's like in the I don't want to speak for her content and what she's about. I've heard her in a conversation with Kendra D, and I've like skimmed some of her content when I found out about her. She's cool. Just pencil her in as someone similar to Kendra D in terms of content. So let's just go with that.
Okay, so I know Kendra D is over there doing her thing, putting out great content. Same with Sister George over there on the Breakdown of Woman's Perspective. They have their own take on things. And then you have myself. I believe that we all bring something different to the space. And here's the one thing about having women here. And I know it's a touchy subject. People are like, it's the manosphere, you shouldn't have women. But certain times you need somebody who can combat that narrative that comes from other women by a woman, because the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to refuse to even take on board your opinion, or they're going to try and shoot down your opinion by saying, you're a man, you shouldn't be arguing with a woman, you're a man, why are you talking to a woman, that's feminine, that's this, that's that. You can't say any of that when it comes to me. What are you going to say when I combat your opinion? Nothing. So women serve a purpose here. And I believe as long as a woman's serving a purpose, not just sitting around, soaking up attention, soaking up money, whatever it may be. As long as she's serving a purpose, then there's a space for a woman here. But I believe that there shouldn't be a whole influx, a whole influx of channels. Then no. But as it is right now, it's doing good.
And I can live with that. I can live with that. I can live with the amount that's here. There have been other women, and I I said this in my interview with Soul Provider. I'll say it here. There's been women that have you know, who weren't exactly tried and tested. They just hopped on a couple panels here and there, hopped on my panel, and then tried to hit me up for a one-on-one. And I'm like, no, I'm not about to help you grow. I'm not about to, like, you're not about to grow a platform off of me. You go do the work and improve yourself. Come back later, maybe we'll talk. But
People
no,
are basically trying to capitalize off the space.
yeah, because some women come on. They have the notion that they could just, hey, look at me, I'm a woman, come, watch. I've been on some panels, come watch my channel, and I'll be honest, out the gate, that's what I thought, you were doing, but like I said, over time you proved yourself.
And you know what? I actually appreciate the way that you went at it. I appreciate the way that you went at it in your thought process there, because one thing that I'd say to the men in the space is, don't let a woman just come here, say a couple of things that sound right, say, I'm feminine, I'm submissive, I like to cater to my man, and then all of a sudden, we love her. No, she has to prove herself more than that. She does, because that's what makes it easy to capitalize off the space if you're going to follow behind, or not even follow behind, but support a woman simply because she says a few words.
Nah, you said it right. Yep, you said it right. We caught you. Follow behind a woman. You want men following behind you. We caught you red-handed. You said it. Clip it, Ty City. Clip her. She said it.
But yeah, let a woman prove herself. Let her prove herself before you give her that support, and that too will help to maintain the integrity of the space.
Yeah, Ray Clemens in the building. He said, "Shout out to my fellow sis Crimson Cure, aka Kendra D, and the scientist Nicole Ali. Been cooking in these streets." Yeah, shout out to them. Like I said, I don't know that much about Nicole Ali. The little bit that I heard was good, but Kendra D is definitely good. Definitely good. It was a couple times. She almost was my first female one-on-one. Well, if she would have if she would have agreed to it, because it was a topic that I was talking on. It was actually around the time that movie Cuties came out, where it was some stuff about Muslim women in there that I didn't have enough information to go on, and then she did a review on it and broke a lot down. So I did at that moment want to bring her on to talk about that some more. So that's a possibility. That's a possibility, because yeah, she got a lot of information to give in regards to that. So that's something that I may that may happen in the future if she wishes to do it. But I never talked to her about it, never contacted her. But Osama Abdu, he said, Justin X doesn't cam up. Justin X doesn't cam up live. She should cam up behind the scenes. BR, you could officiate that. You're widely respected. Okay, I'm widely respected in the Black Manosphere. Receipt needed. All right, I was saving that one for the end, but we should, I guess. Okay, shout out to Osama Abdu. He forced us into this one. Have you cammed up behind the scenes for anybody? Is there any person who could verify what you look like?
I haven't cammed up for anyone, but there's people that have my information. There's people that have my information.
That's vague. That's vague. What do you mean by information? They got your blood type?
My name, my Facebook. You can see pictures of me going back, like 6 years. You can see that I am who I am.
They see pictures? Can they see pictures of you going back 6 days?
6 days. Oh, when was the last time? Because I don't really use my Facebook like that. I'm not a social media person. I said that before, like when I initially came to the space. I'm not a social media person, so I never had an Instagram. I didn't do Snapchat like that. I have Snapchat, but I just used to use it to take like cute photos and stuff. But I've never really been into social media, not like that. It's not. I'm not big on it. I'm more private than anything.
Okay. All right. So, what was my question? I said you got a picture going back. Is the people who got your information? So there are people here in this space that they got your Facebook page. They're Facebook
Yeah.
friends with you, so to speak. Okay. And so you don't post exactly. Somebody said, you caught that David Johnson. I said, yeah. She said they got my information. I'm like, what? Your blood type? Your shoe size? Like, we're being vague.
I
But
think I'm a positive. Shoe size like 6 or 7, just in case you were interested.
oh well, people were talking about camming up. I did get her to cam up. She cammed up from the ankles down on my show. Her so yeah, she did. She you foot fetish Negroes.
Ankle gate.
Yeah, you foot fetish Negroes saw a little bit of action. But see, here's the thing. Oh, there goes shout out to Nicole Ali, who we mentioned a couple times. I see her in the chat. I gotta check out her content. But and Danica Marie. Everybody popping up. Shout out to Danica Marie.
Shout out to Danica. Hey, Danica.
Hey, Danica. He says the video popped up and I see my good sis Jessica X. So I'm here to show love. Peace. Appreciate the super chat. All right, where was we going? So you said people got your Facebook page, and so they see your most recent pictures that you posted on Facebook. In other words,
Yeah, you can see my pictures going back years, so it's not just like people, no. Here's why I say that.
The years ago picture is the most recent. The most recent picture is the issue.
Do you know why I say that? Because people make out that this is some sort of elaborate scheme, and I made that Facebook just before I came to the manosphere in order to have it prepared. And all of these pictures, no matter how recent they are, these are pictures that I've stolen from some dead woman. Whereas if you go to my page, you can see that I'm the same person going back, like that Facebook has existed for a certain amount of time before I even knew this space existed. You can see me there. You can see the progression, so you know that I am me. I'm who I say I am.
All right. I'll share my personal theory and then I'll be done with it. A grown man business in the building, and absolutely, he said it's about the message. Really don't care what she looks like. Where I was at with that, and me and her, we've talked about this. When her content was early and starting on, it did kind of just look like, hey, look at me, cute picture, cute voice. Hey, look at me. That's what I got from it. And at that point, I'm like, this is what I said. I was on record saying this. If y'all are only over there because of how she look, y'all should require that she prove how she look. If that's the only reason y'all there. I think she's shown over time, because keep in mind, Kendra D, I would listen to Kendra D on panels, like I talked about how I was listening to Obsidian in the Clouds for a year. I would hear Kendra D on panels while I'm in the clouds for like a year. I would hear her on panels. I subscribed to her channel probably sometime last year. But just when she was on other people's channels, on Angry Man's channel, on BGS, I would hear her and I would be like, wow, she's pretty good. I like the stuff that she's saying. Had no idea. I found out what Kendra D looked like sometime early last year. Had no idea what she looked like. And the things that she was saying was cool. And I really didn't care. But it is a difference if you're presenting yourself as somebody who looks good and that's the draw, then okay. If that's the draw, you got to prove the draw. If the draw is what you got going on up here, I don't think you have to prove as much as far as what you look like. So that's where I'm at with it. So that goes back to what I said before. You did prove yourself in the arena of debate to the point to where I'm not tripping on what you look like. Now, there's no doubt you got still I'm not going to deny the simple fact that yes, the picture still draws a lot of people in, but the truth of what you're saying when you're arguing against, when you get down into the hyena's den and argue with the chicks, the truth of what you're saying matters, and that's what grown man business is getting to. And you know, when GMB give you the nod of respect, you've earned it, because I saw him super chat over there and say, hey, your content is for men. So yeah, GMB gave you the nod of respect over there. So yeah, you definitely earned it in that regard. But you were playing the cute picture, cute voice game at first. I'm not going to deny that one, but you did prove yourself in the long run.
You have to realize I can't help my voice, right? There's nothing that I can do about that, and I can't help the way that I look. Even with the whole look swing, right? What did I do? I went out of my way to start posting different pictures. To start posting no body, just my face. I was wearing, like, everything was right up to my collarbone, right? Right up to the neck, showing
the work
nothing.
was done. But the work was already done. The seed.
I know, but that wasn't.
You just gotta plant the seed in the mind of men, and it's already done. It's over. It's over.
So I get people. I get people can be skeptical. I get that the illusions of it, you know, like you say, you think the voice, the pictures. One, I can't help my voice. I went out of my way to try and, you know, change my image a bit, and the same things just stuck around. The same. I don't think, no matter what I wear at this point, that it will change. You know, there was the whole side boob thing. From side boob to turtleneck, the talking points are the same. That's why I know I'm not going to win. You see, whenever people are harping on the whole cam up thing, they're talking about, are you really real? All of that is just to take away from actually what I'm doing. When somebody can't focus on what I'm doing, what I'm saying, and they can't counteract that, that's what they go to. That's the route that they go down. If anything, to me, it just proves that you can't challenge my talking points. You can't. So when people bring that up, it's because you can't challenge anything else that I'm doing. That's how I see it.
All right. Cut to the chase in the building. Said Jessica X had 325 subs before she made any content. Yeah, those were the there's a percentage that can't deny that they were just in a trance by avatar and voice before she even said anything. But
not just from this space though, not just from this space, because I have had my YouTube account for ages before I actually found this space. So I already had people who just, you know, like you just pick up subscribers, just being around YouTube. So not all from this space, but I had quite a few before I made a channel, yes. Just Be Winning says, Jessica, what made you even start the channel? Oh gosh. It goes back to April the 1st. I don't know if you remember everything that happened on April the 1st, Bernard. You remember the April 1st massacre?
April Fool's Day massacre, yeah.
April Fool's Day massacre. And the women who were involved in that almost disappeared, right? And guess who took the flak? Being the only woman still around? Me. It was me. And so there was a big thing about, you know, women being in the space and women, how could I put it? Sort of using the space and turning on the space and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And so I had a few people that support me and said, you know what, Jessica, do it like this. Make a channel. That way people can choose. If they want to listen to you, they can go over to your channel and hear you. And if they don't go over there and do it that way. So that's why I made a channel. I didn't have any intentions of starting a channel when I came here. No. But that's what made me do it.
I didn't choose it. It chose me. Like, okay, I'm messing with
No, it was more like circumstantial.
Utopia in the building. Appreciate your super chat. You said, "Some want you to be so unattractive." LOL. Keep up the great work. lady.
Thank you, Utopia. And I think part of people are just hoping, like, I hope she's really ugly. Like, I hope she's not her, because then we can try and, use that against them, or say, like, see, you only have ugly women that support you.
Yeah.
I'm me. And I always say, this is one thing I never trip about. No one is ever going to be able to prove that I'm not me, because I am. That's something that never bothers me. I'm sure they've tried, they've had all their investigators out, on the job, and it's not going to happen. It's not.
Right. This is the last thing I'll say on that, and then I'll leave it alone. I got my theory on this, and this is just what I believe. Manosphere scrutiny is very tough when it comes to a woman, and my thought process is similar to this, because I can personally relate to it, but I'm a man, so it doesn't matter. But the pictures that I initially used when I started hopping on panels in 2018, I was about 30 pounds lighter in those pictures, and those are the same pictures that are just sitting there. I've gained 30 pounds since then. So when I cammed up, I was 30 pounds heavier, face fatter and everything. The picture that I used to use, I was a little, my you could see it in my face. My face was skinnier. I was a little more jawline. I was jawlineier back then. My face fat now. I was a
Teddy bear face.
Yeah, hold on. What'd you say?
Chubby cheeks like a teddy bear.
Don't say that. Don't say that. I find that very offensive. But yeah, but no,
I'm
I do.
not saying you have. I'm just saying in regards to what you were saying. But
Yeah.
no,
my cheeks have gotten just a little chubby since that initial picture that I put in where my cheeks were sucked in. But that's how I looked at the time that I posted it. But I've gained 30 pounds since then. It is what it is. I'm working on it, trying to lose it. But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. As a man, I can just say, look, I don't care. I look how I look. I don't give a damn. You don't like how I look? Oh, well. A woman can't really get away with that. So my theory is those pictures are of you. I just think you probably just, probably gained a little weight since the pictures, and probably, when you drop it down, you're going to cam up and say, oh, I've always been looking like this. I think that's my theory. That's my theory.
So here's the thing, because there is this theory that I'm like 300 pounds.
No, I didn't go that extreme.
No. But this is what they're saying.
I don't care what they said. As a woman in this space, me and Sister George kind of talked about this, how there went, because she's got plans to be on camera, but I could tell she kind of like, she's nervous about what these dudes are gonna say. So she said she's trying to make sure she got her natural hair right. She's trying to make sure everything is on point, because that manosphere criticism is brutal. So that's what. So even with her, I know she probably gonna be every woman pre-cam up in the manosphere, especially if they just been living off pictures. It's a thing. It's a thing. They got to make sure it's on point. They can't be like, I can cam up 30 pounds heavier than what people initially saw me as in the picture, and like, oh well. But a woman can't necessarily do that. So I think that's part of it. But go ahead, you got it. That was just my hypothesis. It could be wrong, but go ahead.
Okay, so I'll address both. The 300 pounds thing, there are people that are saying that. There are people that are saying, she's 200, like I just saw it in the chat now, she's 250 pounds, she's 300 pounds. I can assure everybody, I am not 250, 300 pounds, right? I'm 125 pounds, 9 stone in our terms, right? I might go a couple pounds above, couple pounds below. I'm about 9 stone, right? Here's the thing.
Start over. What'd you say?
I said I'm 9 stone.
What is 9 stone?
About 125 pounds.
9 stone. Wow, y'all call it that. Okay.
Yeah, different measurements. To address your thing, I've been on the same mindset basically. So once I got a hang of what the space was like about a year ago now, if the issue was me losing 30 pounds before I got on camera, I could have done that ages ago. and cammed up. That's not the problem.
Losing weight is kind of difficult. I mean, when you're younger, the metabolism is fast. I used to lose weight. I used to lose weight fast when I was in my 20s. Right now, late 30s, losing weight is like I've gotten broken down to the point to where I'm probably going to hire a trainer, and that's something I said I never do, because I always said a real man don't need a trainer, just go there and do the work. That's how I always thought. But no, I think I do need an actual trainer, somebody to pay money up front that's going to make me do it. Because when you the amount of work you got to do when you're closing in on 40 it's a monster. I can't do my normal half-ass workout and lose weight. I used
What
to
about
do
like
that.
keto and things?
Yeah, I like hamburgers.
Yeah, so you can have like a bunless hamburger.
Yeah, I tried that. It actually wasn't bad. It was not bad. It was not bad. But no, losing weight is not. It can be easy if you really stick. If you go hard, you go hard. You gotta. It's a lifestyle change. It's a lifestyle change. But ARC in the building. He says, "Why do men want Jessica to do a live cam when they gladly follow other men here on YouTube who never show themselves on a live cam?" I think the difference is the guy who they're following. Like, for example, Game Changer. I don't know what Game Changer look like. I don't care what Game Changer look like. I love what Game Changer has to say. He's very very, very intelligent, very funny, and it got the type of snarky, witty, nerd humor that I'd fall out my chair laughing at very subtle nerd jokes with Game Changer. So I can care less what he looked like, because it's literally about about the words that are coming out of his mouth. So I do understand the guys who say, and I took this position early on, is that she presented herself as this object of beauty, and if that's why most of the guys came there, then yeah, they should require that she prove that the reason that they're there, if they're going to be there, they should require that she prove that. But since then, she's proven that right now the words that come out of her mouth is that's why I'm there. That's why when she do a show, I check in there and see if she got somebody up that she's debating, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all in. I got to hear this back and forth. So right now, I don't. Right now, I don't care what she looked like. I mean, but when it was all about just her presenting herself in a certain way, I wasn't there. I wasn't watching her channel. But when her channel got to where it is now, where she's actually a really good content creator, does great work, be picking them chicks apart, tearing them to shreds. It's very entertaining. One of the most, like, she had a show recently, that one when Obsidian was on there. That was one of the most entertaining, definitely the most entertaining live stream I watched so far this year. Like, definitely, like, hands down. So yeah. Right now, the content is killing it so hard. How she looked has taken a back seat. But before, like I said before, when you was giving dating coach advice, your first two videos, you was kind of giving dating coach advice. I'm like, is she trying to be a female Derek Jackson? Well, Derek Jackson had a cam up. So like, I mean,
I remember I was offended by that. I was offended.
Yeah, I was offended by your response. That's water under the bridge. Water under the bridge.
But I was gonna say, just quickly in response to that, right? People like it. Arc has a point, right? ARC. Sir Alan Roger Curry. He has a point when he says that I never hear anyone talking about the men who don't show themselves. I don't. And then people come back and say, but it's a male space. They're a man. I don't care what they look like. I don't want to see them. But you want to see me because you think that maybe my picture is attractive. Blah, de, blah, de, blah. That comes down to a bit of thirst. It does. It comes down to, I think you're attractive and I just want to see you on cam and I just want to know that you're real. Please be real. That's what that comes down to. That's a bit of thirst right there.
I think we lost. Okay, no, are you back? We lost you for like 2 seconds, but I think we heard what you said. You're saying that it's a bit of thirst when they're saying that. But wouldn't you agree that, I mean, well, would you consider it a bit of thirst if, let's just say, a guy went to the female's space and was agreeing with all their talking points in the avatar that he used? I don't know if you remember the D'Angelo video. I mean, you
how does it feel?
Yeah, okay, good. Okay. So if that was the pick that he used while telling women what they want to hear, and then he started a channel when they showed up to hear, hear him speak, I think that the women wouldn't be just on some thirst mode, like, you need to prove that you're not, that you don't look like Flavor Flav. I don't think they would be wrong for that. And yeah, well, okay, it probably would be a bit of thirst too. Cam up and get oily and all of that. But okay, but still, I don't think they would be wrong. I don't think it was initially wrong. The best argument you got on that is that you've proven yourself as a content creator, and you've sort of superseded the whole now you got to prove how you look thing. You kind of you're doing content that's not contingent upon how you look. Like you're debating other uncammed up women, and it's very entertaining. So the whole she need to cam up thing is kind of is not that important. That's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. It's not really that important anymore. You're debating uncammed up women about the topics, the ideas, the thoughts, and it comes down to who's right, who's wrong. May the best ideas win, not who look better cammed up. Now, if your substance wasn't worth a damn, then okay, yeah, you need to cam up. You need to cam up so we can just be done with this thing. But you've proven yourself in the substance department. So once you've done that, then the camming up thing isn't that important. So that's why I'm not sold on ARC's argument that it's men not cammed up. Well, I mean, any man in this space that can get 100 live viewers in there, he's proven himself substance wise. And also so I don't know, that's where it's at. So that's to me, that's the best argument you got. You've proven yourself in the substance department. So people, need to fall back on the cam up thing. That's where I'm at with it. Somebody's asking what's the April Fool's Day massacre. That's when there was a big expose of everything and everybody in this space, the B1 space, and a few other spaces that are kind of outside of the manosphere, but connected to the manosphere and connected to the B1. It was a big exposed gate behind the scene, doxing, allegations. It was horrible, and yeah, it's certain content creators that I will not intermingle with no more ever again because of that. Yeah, it changed this space forever. Put it like that. After that, so yeah. But yeah, that's that. A few more super chats. I'll get back to my questions. It says everyone else ARC Jessica X Ock. Shout out to ARC Black Wolf Inc. in the building. We never told Sister Georgia Concrete to camera. Actually, they've been on camera. They were on camera before. They proved that they looked just as bad as the pictures. I'm just okay. That was too far. That was too far.
I saw Sister George on camera and she looked beautiful.
Okay.
You agree, Bernard.
Ray Clemens in the building. The only issue I see. Let me take a sip. Trying to make them throw up in my mouth. Okay. Ray Clemens. The only issue I see, which I don't care, is that this is the Libra. Oh, you one of those? Okay. This is the Libra in me speaking. She shouldn't criticize other women's looks if she doesn't cam up. Okay, yeah, fair point. Fair point.
But I'm not imageless. Like it's not like I don't have. You can see me. You may doubt that it's like okay, it's like, oh, you're catfish, but you can see me. This is me. You can see me. You can see what I look like. So I'm not like just this imageless person critiquing other people's looks. I'm not.
David Johnson. I can't find your super chat. I know I saw you sent one. Shout out to David Johnson. I'm badgering him I got a good one-on-one on the table with me and David Johnson. He boiling though. He's scared.
We did miss a couple of super chats. Corey J. Lewis says, "Kill all the noise, cam up." Thank you, Corey. Christopher B said, "Enjoy your show, Jessica. Your photos are framed so you look like you're waiting in a doorway. Maybe they imagine you knocking on their door." Thank you, Christopher B. So those two were missed.
Marco Polo says she has to cam up. I think he says she has to cam up, bro. I'm scrolling through real fast. Kenny Conjo in the building. Shout out to Kenny Conjo. He says, "Hey, brother Bernard, keep up the good work. Respect to my sister Jessica X. She bangs heavy with any of her rival content creators in the spotlight." Shout out to my man Kenny Conjo. Okay, there's David Johnson right here. I got it on my tablet. He says, "What made me person like Jessica X is her consistency, logic." That's where I'm at with it. She's very consistent, very logical with her arguments. Very logical with her arguments. Her uncanny ability to always remain calm in any and every situation. Yeah, she does a good job in regards to that. Does a good job in regards to that. Chrissy has 186K subs because of her talent. Jessica channel blew up because of her talent. She's funny and knows how to entertain an audience. Yeah.
Thank you, one love. Yeah, at this point, I'm done with the whole cam up thing. I'm at the point where it's like, if you don't want to watch me, don't watch. If you do, then do. I'm done with it because there's only so many times I can keep like repeating the same stuff. So it's pointless.
Let's see. All right, we can got all off my little questions I had lined up. We talked about women in this space. We talked about women over there. Dang, we almost covered everything in a roundabout way that I was trying to get at. Let's talk about one thing that goes on. One thing that goes on in this space. They talk to you about the colorist thing, and it's funny, because you talked about how they do colorism is a thing over there in London, in Britain, or wherever. You said it's a thing over there as well. When women, and particularly the black women in America, are talking to you about colorism and all of that, do you bare minimum understand where they're coming from? Some of their arguments. Do you get it, or just no? They're completely out there, completely crazy.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and deny that colorism exists. I do think colorism does exist. I'd be lying if I said I thought it doesn't exist. It does, but I think it's blown out of proportion. That's what I think about colorism. Yes, there are men and women out there who are colorists. I said before that I have one friend, right? And she is drop dead gorgeous. I mean, like, one of the most gorgeous people I've ever seen. And she's very dark skinned. And she only has to walk into a room, and you can see maybe certain light skinned girls get uptight. They get uptight because they feel like they're meant to be the prettier one. If that makes sense, they feel like they're meant to be the prettier one and they're meant to be prettier than dark-skinned girls. But when my friend walks into a room, you can't help but notice that she's prettier than 99.9% of people. And so you do have some light-skinned women who will think that they're automatically being light-skinned will make them look better than a dark-skinned woman.
But do you see how you see right there? You're admitting that yes, colorism exists. Otherwise, the light-skinned girl wouldn't have it in her head that she's automatically supposed to be more attractive. See that?
Yes, and that's why I say it exists. It does. Colorism does exist. However, it's very rare. It's few and far between. But if you let certain women tell it, everything is colorist. They didn't get a job because they're colorist. A guy didn't like them because he's a colorist. They had a bad day today because of colorism. Everything comes back down to colorism. And then colorism becomes something, and a tool that you can go to use to excuse your own shortcomings. So just take the job, for example. You may not have the right experience or the right qualifications. And instead of you improving that, you blame colorism. You might have a crappy attitude and the guy doesn't want to choose you, but rather than you looking at yourself and thinking, okay, what's the problem with me? You blame colorism. And then that's where we get into this whole colorism narrative. And then again, controversial, but I think women are the perpetrators of colorism the majority of the time, more so than men.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm with you on that, and like where it gets crazy for me, like for example, your dear friend Rashida Strober, who you've had some you've gotten entangled with a couple times, if I'm not mistaken. She would say, like for example, she said that somebody cut her, a black man cut her in line. Okay, she was standing in line somewhere, a black man cut her in line. Her logic tells her that um he did that because I was dark skinned. He wouldn't have cut me if I was light skinned. Like, do you know how many times I'm daydreaming and don't even see that that there's a person right there that I just just walked up to the front of the line, or she maybe that happens all the time. I mean, it happened. I remember the last time it happened to me. I just stood right in front of somebody, and this little bitty Asian woman was like, excuse me, and I turned around and looked and was like, oh shit, I didn't see you down there. Go ahead, but they get it wrapped up in their head that every little thing is about colorism. Now, yes, there's some differences. There's some preferences, and I've stated before, my preference is darker women. You give me an attractive darker skinned woman, an attractive lighter skinned woman. If all things are equal, I'm gravitating towards the darker one, because that's just, I know it's a lot of brothers who are of lighter skin. They probably mix with some stuff, but they identify strongly as black, so they want their kids to have color. I got a cousin who at a glance you wouldn't know what he was until he started talking. Now he owned a barber shop in Detroit, so he owns a black business that serves black people. He's a barber in Detroit. So and he married the darkest woman he could find. He owned a few barbershops and I think some other stuff. So he's a real good dude, competent businessman, married to the blackest woman on earth. Like there's a lane for darker women. There's plenty of there's plenty of, like some Edward Anderson, for example, said that if he ever get married or have children, he said he wanted to be with a darker woman because he wanted his kids to have color. He don't want to get a light-skinned chick and hoping his kids be lighter, and then the blackness dissipates. So they have a lane in that regard. There are guys that do have a preference for darker women, but when it comes down to preference, it's like what's even the logic behind that, between making a big deal? Like, I can see if they were denied jobs, like that's okay. I'm with you. I fist in the air with you on that one. Yeah, it was that you shouldn't be denied a job, but if you're denied somebody's bed because of that, it's like, no, you can't make a big deal about that, just simply skin color when it comes to that. So that's one thing that I've never
it's funny, right? Because you brought up Rashida Strober, and she's a dark-skinned activist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I say women are perpetrators of colorism more so than men. Rashida Strober got into an argument with a woman, and she is the dark-skinned activist. She is the woman against colorism. She hates colorism. She has a whole platform talking about how bad it is.
Time out. Okay, thank you, Black Wolf Inc. for unhiding thank you for unhiding her. Moderators, I will say this once again. I'm assuming there were people that were not here earlier when I said it. You cannot hide people from the channel because you don't like what they said. I don't like what she said. But you can't. I wouldn't hide her because of that. Do not hide people from my channel. That is my call, and my call only, to decide whether or not somebody is handed their hat indefinitely on my channel. Do not do that. Do not do that. Time them out until infinity and beyond, and I will see it. And then I will go up and make the call on whether or not this person need to be sent to the forgotten zone. Okay? Do not time people out. And okay, time out Aries Queen for saying thank you, Bernard. If she agrees with me on anything, I might be going the wrong way. Time her out. But other than that, no, do not hide people. Y'all are not allowed to hide people from the channel. Time them out. Time them out. Get them out of here. Hand them their hat, but not indefinitely. That's how it go. That's how we rolling. That's how we rolling around here. But the Mac the Trucker, thank you for that super chat. Hopefully you hold your thought, Jessica X. But the Mac the Trucker says, oh, she's asking when you have Courtney back on your panel. I think I remember Courtney. Is that the one that came up crying that time?
Yeah.
Okay. When she was up there crying on your panel and she was telling you to leave her alone, I was with her because you were doing
it as well.
Yeah, you was doing a follow-up video because she came on your panel and she kind of, got picked apart and torn to shreds. Then you did a follow-up video where you were breaking down the conversation with her. So I can understand if she was like, hey, this spotlight has gotten bigger than what I can handle. Could you just leave me alone? Keep me out of this. I was like, yep, good call. Jessica X, take her down. But then when she started still crying, she was like, and leave Cynthia alone. Yeah, leave Cynthia alone. I was like, okay. Fake tears. You almost had me. You had me in the first half. I was like, nah.
I was with her a little bit. I was with her. I was like, oh, okay, maybe she genuinely feels bad. She came up. She made a fool of herself. She just wants it to go away. Okay, cool. And then she came with the leave Cynthia G alone, leave Chrissy alone, just leave us alone. I was like, okay, done. Sympathy's gone. This is fake.
Yeah, she shot all the sympathy in the foot. She killed it. Hey, I like what he's saying right here. Hopefully you hold your thought on whatever we was talking about before. But he says, Jessica, we ready for a new avatar picture with you wearing a shirt that says Manosphere?
Where would I get a shirt that says Manosphere?
Oh, come on. Y'all got places out there. I can go and get a shirt made. I can get off the air right now. Well, probably not Corona time, but pre-Corona, I could get off the air right now and come back with a t-shirt that say Kuna Matata. Well, something rare. I can go get a shirt made to say Jessica X on it and come back and be wearing the shirt in less than an hour. Maybe less than an hour. Yeah, you can do that. In America, there are places that I guess we're more creative people here that want our individual slogans on t-shirts. Like there's a space in the mall where I could walk in and like I did that for my son, something that some of his friends say all the time, a little slogan they say all the time. One of his birthday gifts, this was like a year ago, was a shirt with one of their little slogans that they say. I just went in the mall and was like, hey, how long will it take for you to get me a shirt that says, I'm not going to say the slogan, but how long will it take for you to get me a shirt that says this? And it was like an hour, just typed up what they wanted. They showed me some fonts. I'm like, yeah, that font right there. I went and got some food and came back and they had it on a shirt ready to go for me.
I might look at that. Well, we're kind of on lockdown right now, but maybe you can get one off the internet. But I might get like a Jessica X one or a Pick Me one.
Yeah.
One that says Pick Me across the front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a new picture with a new slogan on it. That would potentially it would prove okay. I'm off the picture and the camera thing, but it would show a recent pic. That's interesting. Corey J. Lewis, he says, Jess is cool. Roxy Becky's would and great addition, beautiful fit, chocolate black woman that's very classy. Do an interview with her. Y'all trying to make my views go up, but y'all trying to make my views go up, but the hate go up too. If I can't have too many women on here, got to do that in doses. Or they're gonna be coming at me. If I had too many women on here. Maybe he's talking to you. I don't know if he's asking you to interview or me to interview. I have no idea who this person is. Dang, the timing out then got vicious.
I am an Aries queen, bitch.
Oh, okay. She can't do that because she's a catfish. Okay.
You wish, Aries.
Jessica,
part of these women just wish that I look something more like them. Like, not gonna happen. Sorry.
But what's wrong with them? See, you're saying something wrong with them because their skin darker than yours. You colorist.
They want me to be the overweight, slightly less attractive woman.
Quit being a colorist, Jessica. Quit being a colorist. All right. Hey, I'd like to thank y'all on those super chats. Y'all can super chat questions. We only doing 2 hours, maybe a little over 2 hours, and we're gonna pass it to Obsidian. Obsidian, answer yes in the chat. You are still going on at 11. Is that correct? 11 a.m. EST, if I understand it correct. Obsidian, I believe Obsidian is going on at that time. Let's see if I had some more questions here. Talked about the colorism thing. Wait, I know I cut you off on something. Do you remember what you were talking about when I cut you off?
Yes, Rashida Strober. So she's meant to be the dark skin activist. She's a woman against colorism. She thinks dark skinned women are treated unfairly because of their skin color. She got into an argument with a woman and called her a burnt, crispy piece of chicken.
You said
Yes,
Rashida Strober called somebody that?
yes.
That's wild.
And she is the dark skin activist. She's meant to be the woman against colorism. But then look, when she got upset and she got in her feelings, the first thing that she did was try to make fun of somebody else's skin color. So you can't take these women seriously. And that's why I say women, and that's not just one example, but that's one example that everybody can look to. Women are the biggest perpetrators of colorism. They'll be the first one to get into an argument with another woman and start talking about her skin color, or start calling somebody nappy headed, or start talking about somebody's hair. Women are the first ones. Let's be real.
That is wild. That is wild. See, I didn't know that she did that. I mean, she do a lot. I mean, listen, she be on some crazy stuff. It's no ifs ands or buts about that. The magnitude of all over the placeness when it comes to her. There was a time when actually Game Changer got a few classic interviews with her that was that was just amazing, and he exposed something that I've always said a lot about the those that talk about colorism a lot, where he had asked her the question, how many times are you approached, while single and everything, how many times are you approached, and came up with a rough number of how many men that she, as a dark-skinned woman, is rejecting, because she get approached a lot apparently. So when you run the numbers on how many men that she's rejecting and how many of those men were dark that she rejected, it's like, how do you even mount an argument about colorism? It comes back to what I said. I wasn't the one who originally said this, so I don't even know who to give credit to, but they ultimately they don't have a problem getting a guy. It's just that they want to be able to reject more men. They mad that they don't got as many text messages to ignore as their light-skinned friend. It's like, that's
When on the, sorry to cut you off, but just on the subject of that, when she talks about her gorgeous light skinned boyfriend, what's his name? Is it Jerry?
yeah.
Right? How Jerry's so good looking and he has green eyes or whatever. And she talks about dark skinned men being looking like tar. That's what she says. And she
Yeah.
prefers light skinned men. That's not colorism. But let a guy come out and say that he likes light skinned women, and then all of a sudden it's colorism. You can't have it both ways. And that's what they want to do. It's like they want to dictate, they want to dick police you, but you can't pee police them.
P police.
Pee police, yeah.
It's not like you're saying P please. But
Who say, please?
all right. We kind of touched on it earlier, but let's talk about the I hate to call it the excuse me, the beef that's going on now. Now, as a one content creator to another, and this is part of what kind of sold me. Moreover, is that I admire your content strategy. To have the ability to use the sheer force of your ability to trigger people, to take that all the way up to the top and get women with nearly 200 subs to respond to you is brilliant. It's brilliant. So and so you got people at the top responding to you, and you talked about they're organized. Oh, shout out Game Changers. Yeah, he said that was him. So Game Changer. I use a lot of your arguments. I said Jessica X be stealing a lot of my arguments on her show when she be arguing with them chicks. But I do steal a lot of arguments from you, Game Changer. So shout out to you. And there's that. But so let's talk about that. What are they saying? What are they doing? Talk about their just in general counter argument to you, and then we'll talk about their, I suppose, their organized effort to try to get you taken down. So let's go on that.
Their counter argument to me is basically cam up. That is their counter argument. They can't go against what I'm actually saying. So when I'm combating their narrative, they can't come back from that. They can't. And I don't want to put anyone down or hype myself up, but intellectually, they're not on that level. And so the only thing that they do come back with is cam up, you're not even a real person, you're a man, you're a white woman, you're a this, that, the other. That's sort of what they come back with. But then...
Wait, hold on. Have Tanya TKO formally responded to you or no?
She's mentioned me. She's mentioned me and just said, you know what, I'm not going to address her. I've seen what she's saying, but I'm going to ignore it.
Yeah, she's the one that's actually smart. Now she's can get a little kooky, a little crazy, and Kevin Samuels has her going through red pill rage right now, but she is actually intelligent. So that's the one where a debate with her that it'll be interesting. It'll be a challenge. But the other ones they don't got nothing coming. They don't got nothing coming. The other ones. Tanya TKO is actually smart. She's just going through red pill rage right now. But she's but anyway, so they're not mounting any actual counter arguments to the points that you're making.
No, not from what I'm actually hearing. They're trying to say, I heard Shira say that I'm trying to get women to settle for less, or that basically she put words in my mouth and she said that I said that black women deserve less. And that's not what I said. But what I have...
The inverse of that is that she's prosperity preaching. I don't know if you know what that is. That's a thing here in the States. I don't know if they do that over there, where the preacher hypes up the audience at a mega church where he has thousands of people in there, and he's saying that if you do A, B, and C, thus and so, that a blessing will be poured out and bestowed upon you. He's basically talking like everybody in the congregation has the ability to be rich. So that's why I say Shira 7 is essentially prosperity preaching if she's trying to teach it. Every woman, it's not enough bags out there for every woman to get.
Right.
But anyway, go ahead, carry on.
They all think that they're going to get, this bag, and they're all going to, bag themselves a millionaire or even like a six-figure earner. And that's just not true. It's not, even statistically, probability-wise, it cannot be true. So it's not that I'm telling women that because you're black, you have to settle for less. No, that's not what I'm doing. But I'm saying you need to have realistic expectations of what you offer and what you bring to the market and what you can get out of that. That's what I'm saying about this whole thing. And so, they want to try and switch my words around because she is prosperity preaching, as you call it. That's what she's doing. She's trying to hype them all up. And these women are so desperate for a bag, so desperate to not have to bring anything to the table that they buy into it. And they're almost deluded thinking, I'm going to get this six-figure man. I'm going to bag the millionaire. It's not going to happen. You're wasting your years.
Yeah, and the whole concept of telling black women to settle for less, it's like it's a concept that's bothering them, because they're really not settle for less. It's settle for what's suitable, like most other women do. Mm-hmm. Like if you look across the board at married white women, married Hispanic or Latino women, and you look at across the board what the average white, Hispanic, or Latino man makes, these women are not marrying six-figure guys or millionaires. These women are marrying regular guys with regular jobs, and these women are also still having to work while married, so they're not resting in this mythical state of femininity. They many of them have to go to work and team up and partner up with their man, and then still come home and act like they got some sense when they get home. It's
Right. And
they have to live normal. People have to live normal lives. Now, if y'all can get to the point to where y'all living some above average life, then great. But it mathematically doesn't add up, and they're going through red pill rage when
it
people are telling
doesn't.
them that. Go ahead.
And we're talking about Shearer's what, about 50 years old? 50 years old, right?
I'm
What,
not laughing at
Bernard?
I'm not laughing at you saying that she's 50, because I don't trip on. Well, I'm not even about to get into that, but no, I'm not the guy that says she got to be between 23 and 20. I'm not that dude. But I was laughing because when you said she's like 50 years old, I start thinking about the picture you showed of her when she was younger. I don't want you to lose the point you were trying to make, but I don't know. Well, you showed a picture of her early content where she
Hmm.
was a little chubbier and was licking ice cream, and was licking vanilla ice cream for like 2 minutes, and then it said sprinkle sprinkle or something like that. And I guess that's when she started saying the sprinkle sprinkle thing. Why did you show a picture of her? One, I mean, there's no way around it. She was fat then. I mean, her face was just real fat. I had no idea that was her. So I was like, why is Jessica X showing a random video of a random woman licking ice cream? And then when she started talking, I was like, I kind of recognize that voice. Wait, is that she? I watched the video for like 10 minutes and was like, oh, that's She-Ra 7. That's what she used to look like when she started her channel. I'm like, you need to take those damn things down. But but anyway, go ahead. I just wanted to point that
I
one out.
posted that because I thought it was hilarious. I
It
saw
was.
it and yeah, it was hilarious. But she's 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she, by her age, she should have been able to secure the lifestyle that she's advocating for other people.
Wait, I thought she did. I thought somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I thought she did marry some old geezer who made decent money.
No, her husband earns 70K a year.
How do you know that?
The receipts are out there. The
Oh,
receipts are
hey,
out there.
that's some other level investigation. I don't investigate that hard, but I thought that she did actually secure the bag on a dude.
No, her husband earns, and this is the thing, she basically took what her market value allows her to take, right? So she got a guy who earns 70K a year, um, live in a house that costs a couple of $100,000. Her husband is 25 years older than her,
And
but
given how successful her YouTube channel is, she probably making more money than him. I mean,
so
she
they're essentially, she has a job which is YouTube. So she's almost like the average woman in America or in the UK who doesn't earn the guy who doesn't get with the guy who earns six figures. She's still working because YouTube, let's face it, is essentially her job. She's still working to add to that income. She didn't do what she's telling these women to do. That should be their first red flag. She wasn't able to achieve it, and she's not doing that. She took herself out of the market when she had her peak value and settled down. But she's telling them to keep, basically trying to get the bag, keep trying to level up, even though it's not something that she could replicate herself. She wasn't even able to do it. And she's meant to be the master teacher and they're the students. And she couldn't even do it herself. So what makes them think that they'd be able to do it?
yeah, yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting. She went and got with ultimately what was suitable. She got with a competent working I say competence, character, willingness to commit. Wherever that falls for you, that's what a woman a woman can find a guy willing to do that. It may not be her first choice. He may not be the most attractive ideal guy in terms of attractiveness, but If you want to be married, then yeah, you can find a guy who's competent, decent character, willingness to commit, willing to commit, and that's what it sounded like she did. So good for her, but she's selling a different narrative on the air. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Real quick, the RX-O, shout out to you. He says, greetings, Bernard. Hope all is well. Jessica, we've witnessed you combating the modern day female on various nights. How do you maintain your patience? Even Mr. Samuel hasn't mastered this skill. Go ahead. You can answer that one.
About the patience or this one right here?
Well, you can get to that one next, but the patience thing first.
I don't know. I'm not like an angry person. I don't get irritated a lot. The only thing that does irritate me in conversations is where people cut you off and talk over you. That's one thing that I find irritating. But other than that, there's not much that can, get me in my feelings. No.
Yeah, some people just have a temperament where they just like I don't blow up and snap that much. It's few times where I've gotten, a little amped up in debate, but I don't it's hard to really piss me off, and I can't stay mad unless it's something really bad or tragic in life, but I can't stay upset for more than a minute. Like that's just how I'm hardwired, I guess. So I guess different people are different. Some people got shorter fuses, but
Right.
he says, "How does Jess?" He says, "Shout out to Corey J. Lewis." He says, "How does Jess feel about Kevin Samuels?" You can look at her content and know that. But anyway, go ahead and answer the question.
I think he's doing a very good job. I think he's exposing the ideology of a lot of women today, and I feel like he's waking them up and giving them some good advice as to how to improve themselves. So yeah, I appreciate what Kevin's doing.
Oh man, let me try to dig up. Oh shoot, David Johnson, I caught your super chat. Then it disappeared. Hold on, I might be able to scroll back up to it. Found it. There we go. All right, gotcha. He says, David Johnson. Shout out to David Johnson, by the way. He says, in all reality, these other Black female content creators are just basically taking advantage of these delusional, angry chicks. Naivety, period. Thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate that. Definitely appreciate David Johnson. We getting that one-on-one going. We getting it going. I'm making it happen. I'm gonna spam your email. That brother P that in the building says, Jessica, please read this. Well, I'll pass it to you. Let you read it and go.
Let me read it.
Go. Yeah, say, Jessica, please read this.
Jessica, please read this. It's not her age that's an issue. At 50 years old, any woman, if she's properly constituted in her prime, shouldn't be a harridan or libertine at best. I don't know what a harridan or a libertine is.
Hey, P that always coming with words that that throw me off. That when he threw tertiary out there, and I brain farted on that one. But yeah, P that with the words in the vocab. Shout out to Obsidian. I learn new words from Obsidian all the time too. But yeah, P that be increasing my vocabulary too. But yeah, Harridan and Libertine. Yeah, we're gonna have to Google that one. Us layman folks, us mere mortals will have to Google some of those. But you were speaking on her age, and then that I don't know why that prompted me of the video from a while back when she was licking the ice cream. But I cut you off on that one. Hopefully you held your thought. But I do like what he's getting at. What P that is getting at, even though I do gotta Google those words. I do think I can infer the meaning a little bit, but I like what he's getting at there when he's talking, because for me, it's not a crime for a woman. I mean, if she get up there, if a woman gets up to 50 and she's still single and out trying to find her boo, yeah, that's okay. That's bad. But the women, in their 30s, late 30s, it's no problem. Okay, it's not against the law to have 35 birthdays. The problem is if you've had 35 birthdays and you're kids have had a lot of birthdays too by your kids by a couple different men have had a lot of birthdays, and then there's the weight thing, and then there's the attitude thing, and then there's still the same expectations that a young, fit, feminine 22-year-old woman should have. That's when it turns into a problem. But so you can be of that age and then still, have a reasonable understanding of where you're at, and understand that, yeah, you need to be pretty as possible, need to be fit, but then still have to still understand that I'm a regular woman. I'm more than likely going to be suitable to a regular guy. Get a picture of what a regular guy is, and then understand that, go forward and act like you got some sense with this regular guy that you actually qualify for. That. So it's real simple logic, but being older isn't the crime. Like for a 35-year-old woman, yeah, there's a 42-year-old, not super high value, six figure, 150,000 dude out there waiting for her. But if she's a 35-year-old average looking woman, there's a 42-year-old average guy who works hard and makes 65K that they probably suitable with, and statistically she don't make 40K. So it's like, hey, y'all are suitable. Like, so there's that. But go ahead. You was talking about She-Ra 7. We was going to get into their them coming at your channel and all of that. But there was some point that you were making about her age, and I see the timeouts are going crazy in there. So let me see if somebody need to get hidden. But all right.
Yeah. Basically, I'm just saying that She-Ra doesn't have the fortitude to actually be able to combat anything that I'm saying. She's told a few lies, and so I'm going to be exposing that. And I'm not going to, okay, yeah, so Jerome's saying that she posted a picture of me on her community tab. That woman on the left is not me, although she's trying to make it appear that it's me. That's not me. I don't know who that woman is in that picture. That's not me. But obviously, she's trying to imply that it's me. So she doesn't have.
I'm about to investigate that picture right now. We about to get down
go
to
and
the
look
bottom
at
of
it. It looks like somebody with a melting face, right? It's not me. I don't know whose picture that she's taken there. But obviously she's trying to imply that it's me. And this is proof that she can't actually combat what I'm saying. She can't do that. She has to resort to things like this, which is just petty. And it means that I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to stick at it. Because obviously she's bothered for a reason.
That picture is funny. All right,
It looks
let
like
me.
somebody with a melting face. What the hell?
I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it. All right, hold on. Wait for it. And let's remove P-Dat super chat. Thanks for that super chat, P-Dat. And we're gonna blow this on up. And I think the one on the left, as she said, Jessica X accidentally cammed up for 2 seconds, and that's what we saw right there. We got her.
Oh gosh.
That's the funny stuff. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
The worst thing is, guess what? I actually got real pictures of her. She has to fake them. I got real pictures of her looking, less than favorable. But like they say, Shira, I know she's probably listening right now because she listens everywhere I go. Keep faking it till you make it. Hopefully one day you'll get there.
All right, I cut you off again, so go ahead.
No, so that's basically all that I was saying on that topic right there. That's all that I was saying there.
Okay. So
you see, look. I don't necessarily want to descend into this, but
I don't know
how
if you can
is
pick hands.
I Am Aries has a hot dog neck. She has rolls on her neck. Rolls on her neck. Bring the picture back up, Bernard.
Oh, well, let's see. I can't find it. Okay.
She has greasy, sweaty rolls on her neck. Until you hit the gym and you sort yourself out, you have no room to talk on anybody else.
Quit being a colorist, Jessica.
Aries.
Quit being a colorist. Quit being a colorist. All right. Okay. All right. What are they doing to they trying to bring you down or some sort? They're conspiring against you in some kind of way, trying to bring your channel down, trying to get you flagged. Have you been flagged? Have you been notified of a flag or this or that or blah blah blah? You know, what's the deal with any of that?
So I have been notified that I'm flagged, and I have the recordings of them telling people to flag my channel. And even as a content creator, you know that you can get in trouble for that. So I actually have that on recording of her telling people go over and report my channel, flag my channel. So those women have been trying to flag my channel, and Chrissy actually did the same thing. Try to get people to mass flag my channel. It hasn't worked.
Do you get notified when people do it or no?
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
And
Okay. Yeah. I don't even know how
Shira,
that process works. Yeah.
Shira personally tried to get my video taken down. Personally, she tried to get my video taken down. So she, like I said, she's watching and she's bothered. She's bothered about what I'm doing. So these women are trying to get, like I said, they're trying to get my channel taken down. They're trying to go on these mass flagging campaigns, thinking that if they do it enough, they'll be able to get my content taken down and they'll be able to get my channel taken down. I'm just telling them that hundreds of you tried to flag my channel. The last video that I did about Shira, go and look, it's still up. Your mass flagging isn't going to work. Your fake flagging isn't going to work. And now I have the actual proof of your leader telling you guys to mass flag my channel and false flag my channel, and she can get her channel suspended for that.
See that? I didn't know. I don't know nothing about this whole flagging game. Oh, my bad. Hold on. I don't know nothing about this stuff. I need to learn. Because I mean, I've done a stream or two that may be worthy of somebody flagging, but nobody's ever tried. So there's, well, far as I know. L Nixon in the building. He says, "LOL, she's mad because you had that video up when her face was chubby. She teaching to get old men while not cooking, burn food, and get side dudes."
Right, intentionally burn food so that you don't have to cook for him, get side
Oh,
dudes, and yeah, she says if a guy ever asks you to cook for him, intentionally burn the food so that he doesn't ask you to cook again, or just burn the outside. Just say you cook chicken, burn the outside and leave the inside really raw so that he never asks you to cook again. So yeah, that's what they're suggesting. And do you know what? When I played the video of her being chubby, that wasn't even, like a shot at her. Basically, most of her more recent videos are about 3 hours long. 3 hours. I don't have time to sit there and watch a video that's 3 hours. So I went back and got a short video that she did about 15 minutes long, and I reviewed that one because I don't have time to sit down to watch a 3 hour video. So it wasn't even shady when I did that.
why was she licking ice cream in that video?
That one you're going to have to. I think she thought that it was sexy. I think she thought
She
it was
could not have
sexy.
possibly thought that was sexy.
She thought it was James told her it was sexy.
Who the hell is James?
Her husband.
Okay, I don't know these people. Like James? Like, who the hell is James? Okay. Dejon, I don't know if that's supposed to be Dewan Watson.
Dejon.
Dejon. Well, we I thought that he was probably doing that thing like that. Dewan was taking people. Anyway, I've seen somebody do that where the J was anyway. They already throwing the white flag. White flag. Snuggles in the building. Thank you for that, Dejon. Snuggles in the building. He says, Bernard, can you explain the mind state why Black people do this to each other when they don't agree isn't this the same as, I think you mean as black on black crime? I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you talking about them trying to get her channel taken down? Because if you're talking about intellectual discourse, I think we all understand that one. At least we should. I have to explain people, you know, rhetorical back and forth and debate and may the best ideas win. I have to explain that one to people, for unfortunately, but I think people generally understand that and they're not asking the question in good faith. But if you're talking about trying to take someone's channel down, then you're yeah, that is bad, and I can't explain that mind state. I don't understand that mind state. I will never understand wanting to bring somebody down. There are people who I disagree with on almost every syllable that comes out of their mouth. Bare minimum, I like to have a discussion back and forth, a little bit of debate, challenge their ideas, and may the best ideas win. That's where I'm at with that. What say you?
Right. I agree. So no matter how much I may disagree with what somebody says, their rhetoric, their mindset, I'm not going on a campaign to take anybody's channel down. That to me is vindictive and it's hateful. I don't have that sort of vindictive, hateful nature in me. I really don't. So for them to be doing that, one, it shows something about their character, but two, you have to actually understand what's going on here. You know, people may try and dismiss what we're doing, but we are a threat to them. We are a threat to their narrative, and they know that, and they're going to try and silence us as much as possible. So whether it be taking somebody's channel down, whether it be hate campaigns, whether it be lawsuits, whatever it may be, they are going to try their best to silence you and get rid of you because we are messing up the narrative that they are putting out there. And they don't like it. They don't like it. And that's why they're going to such extremes to try and get us to stop. But I'm not going to stop. I'm not.
Right on, right on. D-Rock Den came through with a Cash App earlier and I didn't shout it out, but thank you for that Cash App, D-Rock Den. I appreciate that. Also,
and thank you, D-Rock, then, for the Cash App too. Thank you.
Yeah. How much did he send you? No, just playing. No, just if he sent me $5 and sent you $100, I was gonna call him a simp.
They sent me $5 too.
If he sent me $5 and sent you $100, I was gonna call him a simp. I was gonna blast him live on the air. But all right. Shout out to D-Rock Dan. He always appreciate the brother. Christopher B says, Jessica, appreciate the diligence in reading out your super chats during heated calls, enabling a high level of audience participation. That is a Black manosphere mainstay or attribute, I will say. That's something that I think the Black manosphere does a good job at, even though it can be difficult at times when the chat is moving really fast and the people on the panel are going crazy. It's hard to get them all, but I see some channels in other spaces and other spheres of this. If the super chats are coming in fast and heavy, they just ignore them. But the manosphere always keeps the people involved. We serve the people.
Appreciation.
Here. Yeah, we serve the people.
Effectively, we're a team, isn't it? So yeah, show appreciation.
All day. Mr. Steven in the building says, sending support to buy some glasses. Take your stubborn ass to the doctor. I don't need no glasses, man. I'm good. I'm gonna have to break down and get some eventually. Man, it's funny, put it like this. This is why I'm stubborn on that, because my brother, sister, mom, everybody needed glasses early on. I was the only one who consistently could go in there and get 20/20 vision. Everybody else had glasses. I was the only one that could see, and I was proud of that, and I bragged on that, and I've been talking shit on that for a long time, and now it's finally my day has finally come. But everybody in my family need glasses. I'm the only one that can see. Well, okay, I was the last one that could see. I'll say that. I'll say that. But either way, we in here. We in here. I'm just gonna alpha my way through it. That's all. I ain't going to get no glasses. I'm gonna alpha my way through it. All right, we about to open this bad boy up. Obsidian was supposed to be going on. Obsidian, I'm shutting it down at 12 no matter what. So get your live stream ready to go at 12 if you're if you're going on. Definitely go on. Get it ready to go at 12, and that's when I'm gonna shut it down. But we're gonna open this up a little bit. Anybody, the disagreeers in the chat, if they want to come up, and go to war.
I welcome it all.
They want to come up and go to war. Let's go. Let's get it. But yeah,
I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to be back in just a second.
Okay.
While we wait for them
You're
to come
about
up.
to go. You got to go recalibrate and tweak your Britishizer. We understand. Go ahead.
The battery's running low.
Yeah.
I'm going to start talking like this in a minute. I'll be back.
All right. J Rich TV in the building. What's going on?
Hey, how you doing, Bernard? Hey, what's up?
Great, man. Doing great. She walked off for a second. She can't hear you, but what's up? What you got?
Nothing much, man. But I pretty much kind of agree with Jessica because during her little retorts and whatnot, I didn't really watch all of them, but I did catch a glimpse of them. But however, she's basically right. These women just want their lies to keep being fed, and they're just mad that we're finally getting smart enough to call them out. And like, you know what I'm saying, like you said earlier, Bernard, they're not getting those good morning texts like they used to and all these other, you know, messages and whatnot on their alerts. And I'm talking about like the bottom of the barrel bitches who, you know, think they're 9s and 10s. So basically, when they come at Jessica, it's really when they come at Jessica, they're only telling on themselves, because it's really a sign of projection and a sign of projectional insecurity. See, Jessica they don't want to admit this. They'll never admit it, but Jessica is low-key somebody who they really want to wake up and look like. And I'm not saying that they should, but I'm just saying that's just how they feel, but they can't admit that. It's not our fault that their mothers didn't teach them to love them, but instead raised them as competition, like most Black women.
Snuggles in the building. He said, Bernard, you have to get glasses. The more you squint, it affects your muscles in your eyes, and it worsens. So this is for the glasses fun. See, I didn't know that squinting affected the muscles in the eyes.
Yeah, it weakens them, I think.
Sure. All right, I'm gonna alpha my way through it. I got this. But
that's basically what I got right now, just for that, man. But the basis of it is, man, it's all just jealousy and insecurity, and one not being able to cope with a reality. Like, they weren't taught to embrace their insecurities. So instead of just doing that, they project them onto other people as if they're the problem.
That you want to respond to that?
Embrace insecurities, you will only lie to yourself.
You want to respond to that, Jesse, as Obsidian calls you?
That's about you. That's about you. He says you've got enough loot in super chats this year to get glasses or get LASIK, Nilga. You may have 20/20, but you're farsighted. Players don't squint.
It's not a money thing. I can go get glasses when I feel like it. I got the money. It ain't that. Yeah. My laptop broke down on me. I had a new one ready to go the next day. So it ain't an income. I don't even know how much. I have no idea how much glasses cost.
Obsidian said Miss Butterworth syrup, Nick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they clowning. Y'all need to cut it out. Y'all are being colorist. Leave her alone.
Yeah. Oh shit.
But shout out to P-Dad. Shout out to P-Dad. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm
laughing harder because I'm looking at the bottle right now as I read the comment.
Yeah, I gotta cut it out. Yeah, I got to cut it out. But David Johnson in the building. What's going on? What's going on?
Salute Bernard, salute Weapon X, aka Chef X, and salute to the other brother. Was at J Rich TV. Salute.
How you doing, brother?
Salute.
Hey, David Johnson,
all right,
Mr.
brother.
Check and mate.
Yes. Jess. I just came up here right quick. I ain't gonna stay long. I just came up here to say this to all the brothers listening, though. Like, understand this, brothers. Any attack on anybody affiliated with us, representing us, is an attack on us. It's enough. Like, we have to start being on code. I know that's a cliche saying, but it's a factual saying. It's a necessary thought process, because understand something. Anybody that attacks O'Shea, Angry Man, Obsidian, Bernard Riley, Jessica, Ramil, Grown Man Business, Mr. Fantastic, any of the people, a game changer, anybody associated with this space is an attack on us. You know what I'm saying? And we must let people know that we are not to be fucked with in any shape, form, or fashion. We don't have to be the largest. I remember there's a saying in the movie Red where they said there's nothing a small dedicated group can accomplish. Well, we need to show them that even if we are, maybe we're not the largest, but we can and are and will be the most effective. We're the most effective. To me, in my opinion, we're one of the most effective in this sector. On YouTube, I don't see a section or a sector that gives you so many thought-provoking ideas to real life like the Manosphere. So again, I want everybody to know that anybody affiliated with us, Kevin Samuels, anybody attack them, we show up and we do on code. And also to the content creators, if we support all y'all, there ain't no leaving. This is like a gang. Once you in, you in. Ain't no leaving, ain't no running off, none of that type of shit. We support y'all, y'all support us, and that's how we'll keep this shit tight. And if we keep it that way, we will be unfuckwittable. That's all I came to say. I'm gonna let y'all get back to it. Thanks for having me. Hey, Bernard, your topic you gave me is great. We own that. On that note, I'm out. Deuces.
All right, cool. Yeah, we gotta get a date together. Cool. Cool.
And on David's point, they're definitely working as a team. They're working as a team over there. Those women, they don't call it the sisterhood for nothing. They're working together. And so there needs to be solidarity and us working together on this side too.
Right.
We need to have that.
Right on. Okay, so we have a new contestant with a long name, Mahogany Roots, something. But yeah, what's going on? Is that an email? You got an email on there.
Jessica, Rich.
If you can do something to your volume, if you could do something to
I'm
increase.
drop down and then come back up. I'm gonna drop down and come back up. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Jessica, do you know who she is by any? Okay, I'm sitting there talking about her while she's still right there. I thought, are you dropping down or no? Dropping down or no?
I like the avatar though.
You niggas love avatars. All right, I'm just playing. Hey. Shout out to Game Changer in the building. Are you back home? You on the West Coast, right?
Yeah, I'm back on the West Coast. I've been here for a while. I came back before the holidays. I didn't stay out there that long.
Okay, yeah. Rumor had me and somebody had an over under that you weren't coming back. He was because I forgot who I was talking to, but they said you basically was able to work. Take all your equipment with you and work while you were overseas given Corona. Nobody's going in the office anyway to work. So I was like, oh, he ain't coming back. He gonna stay over there wherever he was at. But
yeah,
welcome back.
I was home for the holidays. Actually, I was kind of eager to come back. It was good, but it was the worst trip I ever took, to be honest. So, because Corona and they had everything on lock, like, curfews and, cops patrolling the streets. Like after 9, it was, it wasn't a vacation.
Right on. So what you got? What you got on the subject, on the topic, or whatever on your mind? Go ahead and fire off. You got it.
Oh no, I just wanted to be here. I want to be at ground zero when the fireworks fly, because it seems like Mahogany had a lot on her mind. So I just kind of came up for that. She was in the chat room, and she seems like she has a lot, And besides, she appeared on my channel a couple of times, and
so you know her? So she's on the effery or what? What's the deal with her?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say effery, but she just like one day, and maybe she can explain this when she comes back, when her mic and everything is together. She just came on and said pick me's, and hung up. She's one of those.
Yeah, she's one of those.
I've spoken to Mahogany once, and there were all sorts of bees and hoes and all that good stuff that they usually come with. So that's been my only experience of her.
Yeah. So I just came up to kind of be there, okay, what's on her mind? It's an enigma. What does she have against Jess? What does she have against Pygmies? And I just want to be here to when that happened.
What she has against them is that she isn't them.
Is she not though? I mean, if she essentially wants to get picked, then she probably, is one, perhaps not as adept. I don't know. I mean, so I'm curious. Like, I have a lot of question marks.
She wants to control how she's picked. That's what she's not saying.
Okay. So it seems like you know her better than anybody, bro. So
no, I just know how. No, I just know like
you know her type.
character.
Oh, I got you. But yeah, I'm trying to change that whole, pick me as a pejorative thing. I don't know why. I mean, shout out to Stormy Maya. She made that song and, put things back.
Oh, somebody made an actual pick me song.
Yeah. And she's gorgeous. And yeah, it's a nice song. Type in Stormy Maya, pick me.
Yeah, Stormy is pretty, but she's a little too skinny.
That's interesting. I'm trying to. It's almost like the pick me. It didn't start off as a slur or pejorative at first. It was no. Wait a minute.
I know it did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I mean I worked to change that, and I'm still working to change that. But I receive opposition, of course.
Yeah, pick me is like the female version of the N word.
Yes, it's so hold on. Kia, her name is Stormy Maya, Stormi. Maya.
Maya with an A.
Yeah, Maya with an A.
Yeah, I'll check that out. But
I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't call it the N word. It's more akin to like simp or trick or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still just meant to be derogatory.
Yeah, it stemmed from women actually saying decent things about their man, and what they do and how they operate and this or that or blah blah blah, and then and women started criticizing women who were essentially talking about being good women, but then they tried to spin it into the whole these women are being abused or they taking care of men and they doing this and doing that. So that's I noticed the spin move initially. So I do see you fighting to try to take it back. We'll go to Mahogany real soon in a minute. But Sister George, what's going on, my dear friend? What's up?
I'm just happy to see that you have a jacket that fits. This was a great interview with Jessica X. I wanted to commend you on that and the jacket. Great look, Bernard. That's all I had to say.
Do you have a wig that fits?
I'm waiting on you to send me some hair now. But I just wanted to commend you.
You got on your reversible wig.
Just like the reversible jacket.
Just come with a. Hey, you know what? If it did have like that Will Smith thing going on. Hey, hold on. Wait, no, it do. I can see that. I could wear it on that side. It got a little bit of that the little patterns and all that on the inside. I might do that one day.
Oh God. You gotta coordinate.
Yeah, I gotta color coordinate. Just like you gotta coordinate your reversible wig with the chin strap that you be wearing. All right, we got Mahogany trying to come back. So let's
go. All right, great job, Bernard. I'm out.
Thank you.
All right, peace, George.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Well, okay, good. Okay, Mahogany, are you in the? Are you ready to go? All right, Mahogany, going once, going twice. All right.
But so if I could say just for a second, before the term "pick me" came out, there's always been some type of shame. Like I remember, like my mom, she would because I told her, because even when I was young, even when I was a young virgin and stuff, I told my mom what kind of girls I liked, and it was always the more submissive type, or more traditional. But I would say things like, someone that could cook, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and in traditional roles. And she would, she called them stupid, airy. You want one of those stupid girls, or you want one of those airy girls, or you want one of those white girls. So it's always been something that's there. Like the shaming of more traditional, more pleasing women has been in the background. It's just now they've united with the sisterhood and gave it a name, and just overtly to kind of quickly shame a woman for being pleasing to a man.
Right on, right on. Jonathan Barronville in the building with a heavy-handed super chat. Appreciate you. Shout out to you. I got a speaker right here that's not set and ready to go to drop the sound effects, but I did have some sound effects that was on my last laptop that died on me, but now I got another one, so I got to re-download the sound effects, so I can't even drop bombs and horns and trumpets and all kind of stuff for a $100 super chat. But I do appreciate that. Appreciate everybody who come through hard and heavy like that with the super chat or with the $2 ones. I appreciate all of it. Thank you everybody who support the show. I haven't not once said get the likes up, but the likes are up. They are up. We can probably get them up to 400, but appreciate everybody who's coming through today. And shout out again to Jonathan Barronville for dropping the hard and heavy super chat. Jessica X, do you want to respond to something that Game Changers said, even though I'm sure you're pretty much more or less in agreement with what he said? Okay, Mahogany asked him to drop the link one more time. I'll go ahead and drop it.
Not specifically, no. Sorry.
We're doing a show here. Come up with something to say. Shit. Damn it. I pass you the mic. I throw it to you. You got to catch it and run with it. I don't care.
You know, I would have thought there would have been more people, because we can see, you know, all the Jessica X detractors are, you know, thick and heavy throughout the chat. So I would have thought they would have had more to say. But it's funny. I'm used to them staying in the chat but never actually being able to voice any of their opinions. I'm used to that.
All right. Oh, we got somebody. We got an opinionated person coming on up. I don't know if have you ever spoke to ARC?
Yeah, I've spoken to ARC.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know if you and ARC have ever been on a panel together. But ARC in the building. What's up? What's up? Welcome.
Happy Saturday to you, Brother Riley. Oh yeah, I've been on I've actually been on Jessica's panel twice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I must have.
That's when she first called me. That's why I wrote that super chat, because I never had anybody this page call me ARC. I was on her panel and she kept saying, "Yes, that was a good point, ARC. And I like your thoughts, ARC."
I mean, well, hold on. ARC is better than Bunud. That's all. I gotta hear Bunud.
Now I was just gonna tease it for a second, since you actually seem to disagree with the validity of my super chat about her camming up. Now I'm gonna see if Jessica got a good memory. What's the one time that I did say that your looks was relevant to your commentary?
When I was speaking on the incel topic, if I remember correctly.
Yep, exactly. So, but I just let you know, yeah, one time she was on Reg the Bad Guys live stream, and she was saying a bunch of things, and she said it was kind of lighthearted, but I felt like it was some serious. She said, I don't remember the exact words, so I'm gonna be paraphrasing, but she said, with all due respect to the male dating coach, I feel like I attract just as many, if more, incels to my channel, and they listen to me. She said a lot of them listen. I feel like they listen to me more than they do a lot of the male dating coaches. And I jumped on Red's panel and I challenged on that. What I basically said was, the reality is, the reason why 99% of incels are going to come to her channel is because they want to bang her. And they fantasize about banging her, and they probably masturbating thinking about banging her. They ain't really genuinely listening to whatever advice she's giving them. And I say the same thing. It's not just personal against her. I've said the same thing against one of her fellow Brits. I don't know if Jessica is familiar with. Are you familiar with Kezia Noble?
No.
Okay, Kezia Noble, for those who don't know who that is, she's considered the top female dating coach / PUA in the white manosphere. She has a very large male following. Another one in that kind of same category is a woman out of Miami named Marnie Wing. But yeah, I told Kezia Noble that. I said, because Kezia Noble, she's a good-looking, sexy-looking chick. And she be bragging on how large her male followership is. And I'm like, come on, Kezia. You know, over half the guys who follow you because they fantasize about banging you. It ain't got nothing to do with your actual advice. So anyway, that's the one time I told Jessica X straightforwardly that I felt like her looks played more of a factor than her actual commentary. But if she's not talking about that, I don't see the big deal. I mean, avatar should suffice because, like I said in the super chat, a lot of male content creators, their avatar suffices, or just a photo of them suffices. So, whatever.
But so it sounds like you probably then would agree with me, because when her first two videos that she did, she was essentially giving dating advice for men. So you would agree with me then that at that moment, how she looked mattered in that instance. If that's what her content would have turned into.
Oh yeah. I would say if she was exclusively marketing herself as a female dating coach for men, then yeah, I would wholeheartedly co-sign with your assertion and assessment, Bernard, because here's the reality, and I hate to say this about women, but here's the reality. If there's a woman out there, she could have great knowledge, great wisdom, great insight. But if she looked like Rosie O'Donnell and sound like Rosie O'Donnell, she ain't gonna have no large male following.
Yeah.
She would be delusional to think that she would. Men, if there are men who follow female dating coaches, 80 to 90% of the reason why they're gonna follow that female dating coach is because that woman is attractive. And they fantasizing about banging her.
Well, let me ask you this, and I think Jessica X probably would have some disagreement with this. Do you think that female dating coaches for men can actually even do a good job?
No. Generally speaking, there's probably like a 1%, 2% exception to that. So I will leave the door at least cracked open for maybe a couple of exceptions. Generally speaking, no. Matter of fact, I had this discussion on your favorite. Y'all was just funny, man. I swear y'all need a sideshow, dude.
Man, I've been plotting on doing something where
the reversible wig versus the reversible jacket. That's me howling,
man. Hey, you remember when Fresh Prince used to flip his school jacket inside out? Yeah, this got a little bit of pattern right here, so I might rock it. I might rock it inside out one day. Yep, and it go all the way to the sleeve with it too. So yeah, I might do that.
Hey, you said her reversible wig had a chin strap, dude. My stomach was hurting on that shit. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, man, female dating coaches, man. Oh, I was gonna say, me and Sister George, actually, the last time I was on one of her live streams, we touched on it for a brief moment. Because somebody during her live stream pretty much asked the same question. And I said, the one problem I have with a lot of female dating coaches in general, number one, and it's slowly changing now. I've heard a few touch on casual sex, but years ago, no female dating coach would ever give guys advice on how to just get the pussy. Oh, I know you're trying to be PG. I should say poo nanny.
Do the best you can. Do the best you can. It is a YouTube secret that I think Black Ram told me that later in the stream, if more cuss words come out once it get like an hour or so in, you don't get hit as much. You can still keep the little green the green symbol by your video, which means that they're going to play ads during it. But so right now, I mean, try to do the best you can, but it's not the end of the world if you let one out. I understand how you talk.
Now, you know what's funny on a quick side note? I used to be just the opposite when I had my Blog Talk radio show. I started off being very PG-13. Like I hardly ever used to use profanity or sexually explicit language. Then there was this sister that some people in the manosphere know, others wouldn't know. She goes by the name Alexis K. Tyler. And she's out of Atlanta. She's real racy and risque. Anyway, long story short, she called me out one time on her show on Blog Talk Radio. She said, Alan, you phony on your show. Because I would come on her show and be real nasty and explicit and X-rated. And she said, I hear you on your own show. You be sounding like Theo Huxtable and you be all proper and stuff. Then you come on my show and you like talk like a male porn star. She said, you need to be more real. So I changed it. I became more explicit in years later. But what I was going to say about female dating coaches, yeah, a lot of them would only concentrate on giving advice to men to find like a girlfriend or a wife. But they wouldn't give advice related to just getting some punani. And then if they did give advice related to getting some punani, it would involve spending a lot of time with a woman and or spending a lot of money on a woman, which I've always disagreed with. So that's my two main, if I had to narrow it down to just two criticisms, that was my two main criticisms of women who try to give advice to men. Like I brought up Kezia Noble. I interviewed her on Blog Talk Radio. It was actually one of my most listened to episodes on Blog Talk Radio. And you know my 5 archetypes by now. Everybody does: reciprocator, rejector, so on. She agreed with 4 of my 5, but when we got to manipulative time waster, she did not want to acknowledge it. And that let me know she was full of it.
That let you know she was a manipulative time waster.
Yeah, anything. And I shut up too, because she tried to go back and forth. She was like, no, she spoke with that Brit accent. She's like, no, Alan, there's no such thing as a manipulative time waster. And I was like, so let me ask you this then, Kezia. I said, surely you've had a number of male platonic friends in your life. She said, oh, of course. I said, so you told all of those male platonic friends up front, specifically and straightforwardly, that they was never, ever, ever going to get a chance to bang you. Then all of a sudden I heard crickets for like 30 seconds. And she's like, well, I mean, I start mocking. I said, well, duh. I said, you've been a manipulative time with. If you ain't told every platonic friend of yours straight up that they had a 0% chance of getting in your pants, then you've been a manipulative time waster. And she just kind of from there just start deflecting like, oh, well, I disagree, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, man, I can't think of one off the top of my head, a female dating coach that I've listened to that I was like, dang, that woman be breaking it down. She ain't hit a false note yet. She just, everything she say is on point and valid. I don't know if I've ever heard that. So,
what's your thoughts on that, Jessica? And RBR is in the back check, so Jessica, get ready. I'm letting you in the RBR. We're gonna end the show. We're gonna end the show with you and RBR going 1-on-1 in a death match debate. And I hope we call you all the high yellow heifers possible.
Oh, gosh.
So go ahead. You can respond to what ARC said.
Okay, so here's the common phrase that I hear being thrown around when it comes to women giving men advice. A fish can't teach a fisher how to be caught. Something. Do you guys know what I'm saying? If I've said it wrong, do you want to correct me?
Yeah, I know
I get what you mean. Yeah.
All right.
I've never heard that saying before, but I understand it.
I think it's
say it right for the people that don't know. What's the exact saying? Somebody ARC, I think you know it. What she was trying to say about a fish can't what?
Yeah, well, yeah, along the lines of a fish cannot teach fishermen how to catch them because they've never tried to catch themselves is the point of it. And that's what a lot of guys' argument against women is that, with the exception, of course, of maybe a bisexual woman, a woman don't know how to seduce. She never seduced herself or another woman, again, unless she's bisexual. So what does she know?
Right. Okay.
I would stand by that. I think I know way more about getting a woman's punani wet than the average woman knows about getting a woman's punani wet.
But guess what? I am the woman, and I know what gets my punani wet. Sorry about saying that, but
you know what get hold on, time out. You know what get yours wet.
Yes,
you don't know what get the multitude of women wet. So that's.
I'll give you a classic example. I was interviewing these 2 authors. They wrote this book called The Little Black Book of Big Red Flags. And it was, at the time it came out, it was a hot seller. and it was written by 3 women, and 2 of the 3 women I interviewed. And anyway, one woman who was kind of a combination of pretentious and prudish, she made a statement. She said, I challenged one of her red flags. A lot of them I agreed with in her book, but she had one in her. She said, any man who starts a conversation talking about sex or using sexually explicit language, that's a red flag, because that means he's this and he's that. And so, of course, I said, that's bullshit. And she said, Alan, and she said with conviction, she said, Alan, I'm going to tell you something. Consider this, me giving you a free coaching. No woman is turned on by sex talk or X-rated conversation in her first 1 or 2 conversations. And everybody in my chat room just lost it. They was like, bitch, are you crazy? You know who you talking to? And see, she lost credibility right there, because most of the women I've gotten in bed for casual sex, I talked about sex in the very first conversation, and I used R-rated, X-rated, or triple X-rated language with them. So she was a classic example of a woman. She's a woman. She could argue that I'm a woman, but she didn't know what the F she was talking about. She didn't know what she was talking about. Most women get turned on by dirty talk. Even the ones who try to publicly suggest that they don't, when you behind closed doors with them, they damn sure get turned on by dirty talk. Trust me on that.
So here's the thing. She's personalizing it a lot, right? And you can't personalize it too specifically to yourself, because when we're getting into the nuances of what a woman likes, then it's a bit, it's varied. But as a general rule, most women are very similar, and if not very similar, there are, and I think even you'd agree with this, ARC, my bad, sorry. I think even you'd agree with this. There are archetypes of women.
Oh, I agree.
There are archetypes, and most women will fall into one of those few archetypes. And so, again, if we're saying that there's mainly like 4 or 5 archetypes of women, that means that the advice that I give would work for, that I could give, even if I'm being specific to myself, it would work for 20% of 20, 25, depending on 4 or 5 archetypes, it would work on 20 to 25% of women. And once you clearly distinguish what type of woman you're dealing with, if you go to somebody that's given advice based on that type of woman, that archetype, then you're basically sold. Nobody knows how a woman works more than a woman, as long as she's being honest.
That's the key right there. That last comment
right.
you made, as
long as she's honest.
Because the truth of the matter is, most women are not. And I don't want to get into a long digression, but I tell you, one of the best books that I didn't author myself that talks about this issue. It's a book I promoted on my show quite a few times, called "What Do Women Want" by Daniel Bergner. And in that book, here was the key. What he did was he shadowed a lot of sexologists and sex therapists and that type of thing to find out. So he didn't really conduct them himself. He just more so shadowed people. But the most entertaining one in his book is one called the Wet-O-Meter, where they attached this device to women's panties near their punani, and if they were getting wet, it would make a sound like beep, beep, beep. But if they were totally dry, you would hear nothing but silence. So this showed how women are full of crap. They show women photographic and videographic images of certain types of men. Let's say for simplistic purposes, they showed them nice guys who looked like they were just total nice guys and gentleman type guys. And these women said, oh, I would marry him. Oh, I would date him. Oh, I would have sex with him. But guess what? No sounds. On the flip side, they showed them photos and videos of more bad boy types, more womanizer types, more alpha male types. And these women were just the opposite. Verbally, they were saying, oh, I would never date him. I would never have sex with him. He looks like he's an asshole. He looks like he's a jerk. But guess what? Beep, 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 beep. That right there showed that the vast majority of women are full of it.
I believe that there are a lot of, here's the thing, I do believe that a lot of female dating coaches are full of it. The reason being is that they don't want to expose their own nature, right? And so when it comes to the deeper, darker side of women's nature, if they're going to expose that to a certain extent, they're going to expose themselves. And so they're not willing to put the nitty gritty out there. They're not willing to try and save their own image. And I think that's the problem that we get to with a lot of women. And they want to put across this image that they are all virtuous, all, sprinkles and sunshine. And so they don't go into that darker side. And that's the issue. Most women just aren't honest when it comes to these topics.
Oh, I just
For example, the woman who you said didn't want to admit that maybe she would enjoy certain verbal seduction, right? Because she wants to appear virtuous. She doesn't want to let that side of herself out. And so they deny it. At that point, they're going to start lying. And so
I
that's
told
the
her
problem
that
you
during the interview. What you just said, that's what I actually told her, straight up. But I wanted to say, I do know an exception to the rule. And I mentioned, interesting enough, I just mentioned her early in this since I've been on the panel. There's a woman, you can Google her. Her popularity has died down. But let's just say this, back around 2002, 2007, 2008, Alexis K. Tyler blew up on the internet the same way Kevin Samuels has in the last few months. She used to do this public access channel based out of Atlanta. And Alexis K. Tyler, probably more than any other woman I could think of, she kept it real. Her brand and platform was called, he said he'll let me get away with a few. Well, it's called Pussy Power. Matter of fact, they later made her change it when some more mainstream handlers started handling her. They made her change to Vagina Power, but initially it was Pussy Power. But Alexis K. Tyler, that woman would keep it real. One of her most infamous videos was she said, all these women be walking around here acting like they don't love dick as much as men love pussy. Y'all full of shit. She said, y'all know we love dick. She said, I'm dick crazy. I go to bed thinking about dick. I wake up thinking about dick. All sisters, if they really being honest, love them some good dick. And for any woman to act like they don't, they a lesbian or they lying. And that shit was real right there. When she said that, I was like, that's a real sister right there. So,
all right, the swooviest in the building says y'all need to be careful throwing all this neck around. Yeah, y'all clowning with the neck talk in the chat. Savage Red Recovery, thank you for the super chat. He says women don't even know what they want to eat when they are hungry. They don't know what they want. Shout out to you. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. But all right, we about to wrap the show up. And as promised, RBR is in the back chat. So I'm about to bring RBR up for a 10-minute one-on-one knockdown drag out debate with Jessica X. So Game Changer ARC, thank y'all for coming on up. Appreciate it. About to drop y'all down, and even I'm about to y'all dropped yourself down. Thank y'all for coming up. Appreciate y'all coming up, being a part of the show today. And I'm about to bring RBR up. I'm even going to drop down. I'll come back up. I'll come back up if I gotta intervene if it just get out of hand with everything. But RBR, you fire off the first shot. Whatever disagreement or problem you got with Jessica X, go ahead. You got it. Tear apart, RBR. I'm rooting.
All right. No, I don't have a problem with it. No, I don't have a problem. My whole thing is consistent. I don't think that what we shouldn't be doing on YouTube is lying to people and misleading people. We only get 1% of the black people that have YouTube accounts. There's 160 million black people that have YouTube accounts worldwide, and we only get 1.6 million views every day. And there's 160 million people here. We only get 1% of our market. Black people don't go to black YouTube. Why? Because of all the lying, because of all the low expectations, the soft bigotry of low expectation, putting popularity over substance, putting your microphone and the quality of the microphone and how much money you spend on the microphone and what kind of cologne Kevin Samuels got on. And you can't smell his cologne on a live stream, but he got expensive cologne and he ain't saying nothing. So the lying is killing us. World Star Hip Hop. The daily users, you can go to Statistica and look, 1.6 million. 160 million black people, and the two biggest black websites on the net can only get 1% of those people. 99% of black people with YouTube accounts are not trying to be entertained. They are not trying to be superficial. They are not trying to be roasted and cooked and waked and baked and in the lion's den with Ren and Angry Man. They want useful information. This one channel, build your one channel, build your 11 channels in the manosphere. Did O'Shea really say that? We could have 11 channels. YouTube has 5.5 million channels. They make $80 billion a year. They spend the advertise. I know you hate this because this is not about light skin.
I was going to ask if you have. I was going to ask if you have a question for me because this is a.
Yes, I do. So the question in regards to you, Jessica, it's not about you being popular among the bottom 1% of black people. We call them the B1s. It's about expanding the space so that we could get 40 million black people over here. That's 40%. Why can't 87% of black people voted for Joe Biden? 96% of black people voted for Barack Obama. 1% of black people come to black YouTube. And it's because of lying, Jessica. It's because of misleading people. I understand. White people prefer light-skinned black people because they want to breed us out of existence. In the UK, how can you have over 6 generations of black people is 600 million black people. Britain, those slaves were British. They weren't ADOS. They were British citizens like everybody else in the 13 colonies. Why are there only 3%?
I don't mean to interrupt you, okay?
All right, go ahead, Jessica.
So would you say that you're truthful on your platform?
Yes. I think that I that it's not about me. Please don't put it on me because I'm dark and they hate me.
No. So you're truthful on your platform, and the way for us to grow and get the 40 million people into the space is to be truthful. So how many people do you have watching you if you're truthful, and the way to grow is to be truthful?
Okay. All right. Well, I reject that lie. See, what you're suggesting is because I don't have 1% of black people watching me, then I must be doing something wrong. No, I'm not doing what you do. I told you, I'm not a light skin, I'm not effeminate, I'm not gay, and I don't live in Atlanta, okay? And I'm not lying to black women about how high value I am because I want a white girl and a high yellow heifer. So
okay,
I'm not going to
time out. All right, Jessica's got to respond to that. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, she can respond. Like, come on, man. They like her because she's light skinned. Alan Roger Curry was right. They don't know she's 5'2".
Listen, I'm 5'3".
I'm just joking, but I'm saying they don't know you. You are an image to them. You are a fantasy to them.
RBR, you gotta let her in. Okay, I found the mute button. All right, go ahead, Jessica.
Okay, so he's saying that the way that we need to grow the space is to be truthful, just like him. He said he's truthful on his platform, but RBR, no offense, but RBR has about 3 people watching him when he goes live.
True. YouTube, so you're not going to let her say because that's not true.
What we don't need to do in order to grow the space.
Shut up, Jessica. That's a lie.
All right, hold on. We couldn't hear her, RBR. Go ahead, Jessica. We're gonna wrap this up. I knew it was gonna be a disaster, but that's why I said we're closing the show out with a disaster. So go ahead, Jessica.
What we do not need to do is follow RBR's advice. That's where I'm gonna wrap it up. I can't with RBR.
All right, thanks, RBR. Look, RBR, you super chat me a lot, man. So I appreciate you. I'll let you come up and rant every now and then at the end of the show. We gotta wrap it up. You did slip in one high yellow heifer, so you met your quota. That's what I wanted to hear. So all right, we gotta let you go, RBR. We got one last contestant. Mahogany is actually in the building. Before we wrap up, I'm gonna see if Mahogany's mic is working before we get the hell up.
Yeah, I apologize. There's a storm down here where I'm at. There's a windstorm and it's knocking the internet in and out. So sorry about that.
We hear you good now.
Yeah, you sound good now. What's up?
Well, I just want to address, I tried to ask you this before, Jessica, so I just want to ask in front of everybody once again. You say that you have never bad-mouthed American Black women, but I heard you, I was in the chat on Bomb Cherry's channel, and you were dragging Black women. You were saying that we were masculine and loud in general. Did you not?
Okay, so wait. You said something very specific right there. You said that I was dragging American Black women, and then you
Yes.
went on to say that I said that Black women can be loud and masculine in general. You are aware that there are Black people outside of the US, right?
Yes.
Okay, so why is it that when you hear Black people, you immediately only think of yourselves?
You
Why
were
do you
talking
personalize everything?
you were talking about American Black women. Let me just say this.
But hold on,
As
let me ask you. Let me ask
I've
you this.
never
Mahogany. Let me ask you this. Black women, many of them, and many of their advocates have acknowledged that they're more masculine. I just recently did a pre-recorded video. Well, I got to do some editing on it about a guy who I shout out to Soul Provider, calls this guy a Derek Jackson intern, and he said that Black women are more masculine. I mean, he capes for Black women, but he said, yeah, they're more masculine because they had to be more masculine because of A, B, C, and D. And I've heard most Black women say that. So y'all have technically already acknowledged that you're more masculine. So if Jessica X then turns and say that Black women, even if she said American Black women or Black women on Pluto are more masculine, and yet hold on. So if Jessica X have stated that Black women are more masculine, and per y'all arguments, y'all have already admitted that y'all are more masculine because y'all said y'all had to be, then how is she dragging Black women by stating that y'all are more masculine if you've already conceded that point?
And it's not one of those where I said all Black women are masculine, but there is a problem within the Black community where there are a lot of women who are more masculine than they should be. It's true. And this isn't something that you should take personally, because are there feminine Black women out there? Of
I
course.
don't take anything that you say personally because you're not from America. You really, maybe if I was over there where you are across the pond, I would give a damn about what you have to say. You do not affect me. Let me just say that.
Then why are you up
Bernard, I
there,
was not speaking.
Mahogany?
You didn't have to mute me. I wasn't speaking. Like I said, I'm
You
here
had
in
background
No,
noise.
you had background noise. Your background noise was real bad. So that's why I muted you.
Yeah, there's a windstorm. Jessica,
That's
the
cool.
fact is you built a platform off of the back of fellow YouTubers. Fine, congratulations to you. But you are talking about things going on in America. Why don't you talk about things going on in Britain? Why are you up our asses? Why are you in our business?
Okay, like what?
Your conversations that you have. Why are you constantly talking about the things that sisters are going through over here when you don't know? Have you been to the inner city? In
Okay, so
California, have
Mahogany,
you been down
just
south to
quickly,
the dirty? Where have you
give
been?
me
All right.
one
You put a question
thing.
on the table.
Give me
Go ahead.
one thing that I've spoken about that is unique to Black women in America. I'll wait.
I asked you the question. Are you going to answer?
I know, because you said that. Why am I speaking?
Back and forth.
I'm answering you. Mahogany, you said to me, why are you speaking on Black American women issues? And so I asked you, I said, I'm not speaking solely on Black American women issues. I want you to give me one example of anything that I've spoken about on my channel that is solely a Black American woman issue.
Well, girl, me and you both know that we don't mesh, so I don't watch you, so I can only speak on what I've seen. And this avatar business, it was funny to me how you could sit up there and
So
say
wait, just
women.
before we get onto
Hold
the
on.
avatar, before we change the subject, you've never watched my show. You
No.
don't watch my show because we don't mesh, but you're going to come up here and tell me what I talk about on my show and tell me that it's wrong.
No,
Where
I'm
is
not.
the logic in that, Mahogany?
I didn't say I saw it on your show. I said I saw it on Bomb. She had a 14-hour live, and people who were there, they know what I'm saying is the truth.
So you're basing my whole character of what you saw of me on one panel.
I've
Where's
also
the logic in that?
You're attacking Rashida. I told you that. I've seen you in quite a few spaces. I stay in the clouds. I just don't always speak out. But I had to call you out because my thing is, why do you keep us on your lips? Why can't you talk about British women?
Like I said, give me something that I've spoken about that is not a British issue.
Oh, Jesus. I'm tired of you. You're just aggravating. The next thing I'd like to ask you is this avatar.
Because you can't.
That's what you do. I don't see how people can't see it. You've got some kind of magic spell over these men's eyes, but it's very fake. You're
What
sitting
do
up
I
there
do?
talking about show and prove. What have you shown, girl? You haven't shown a lash, a toenail, nothing. So maybe they should bet you. Maybe they should watch out for you.
Okay,
No,
Mahogany, let me ask you this. If I show an eyelash, would that make what I say
but
any
I'm saying
better?
you can't
If
tell
I show you an eyelash or a
to show
nail,
and
would
prove.
that make what I say any better?
I can show my money. I can show my everything that I have.
Hold on,
But
wait, mahogany. Let's get an answer to the question.
what's the
Jessica,
question?
ask that question, and then I want you to answer her question.
See, she's not even listening. If I show you my eyelash, would that make you happy?
No, for me it doesn't
Wait,
matter.
hold on.
But
Wait, no, the question wasn't if she showed her eyelash, would that make you happy? It was if she showed her eyelash, toenails, or whatever the hell. How does that make the truth of what she's saying any different? The question is what she's saying right or is what she's saying wrong? Like, can you contend with that?
Bernard, okay, so I'm gonna answer that the way I know how to. My thing is when you're promoting a product, Jessica, like so many others, is promoting a product, right? You have to show and prove a product. Anybody and their mama can get up here and say something is something, but if they can't see it, I'm not listening to those types of people. That's why I don't really take her seriously, but obviously a lot of people do. So, I mean, it's working. My thing is I don't know where these people are coming from because I'm from the old school, and old school people have common sense, and we don't just believe something because somebody says
All
it's
right,
true.
you're not
Okay,
Yeah,
so
answering.
you
just
have to have
quickly,
proof.
just
That's
quickly,
my thing.
Mahogany,
Prove
you
something,
said
Jessica, that you're talking. Where's your
Mahogany,
man, Jessica? When's the last time
Mahogany.
All right, hold on. Yeah, we're not doing that. Go ahead, Jessica. Go ahead.
You said that I'm selling a product and that I need to show proof of that product. What product am I selling?
Shout out to somebody in the chat who says her product is the message, and yeah, the stuff that she's saying is the thing that that drew me in. I wasn't drawn in by the avatar in the voice, but once you start killing it with the content and the perspective and picking apart and tearing to shreds, a bunch of hyenas in debate, I was like, oh, okay, I can. Whoa, stop! You can't interrupt the host. When she started doing that, that was the product that I was sold on. Far as how she looked, no, I'm not sold on that because we can't see how she looked. But the stuff that she's saying on her show is good stuff, and that's why I asked the question: is there anything that she's saying that you want to contend with, argue with, refute? But you know, you're apparently not willing
I am willing.
to
Can I?
take debate on that one. Shout out to y'all for the super chats. A lot of people that come through with the super chat and says David J. Johnson in the building says Jessica is right. Y'all are ridiculously unnecessarily loud just cause. I think I missed some of my super chats. We supposed to be wrapping this bad boy up, but I appreciate everybody still coming through with a super chat. He says intellectual dishonesty. Shout out to you. We got let's see, Savage Rare Recovery back in the building. He says, Mahogany, you're masculine and your masculine is showing. Shout out to you. Oh, y'all coming through hard and heavy with him. Hold on. Jonathan Bronville. Yeah, man. Come on, Jonathan Barronville. You ain't have to drop it. You ain't have to drop another one, Jonathan Barronville. You ain't have to do that. Please show us a toenail, Jessica. She showed ankles. She showed ankles. You said, why are all the women that have a problem with Jessica X? Yeah,
Average.
Yeah,
average like you.
Average.
I'd like to see him. He couldn't even be in my spaces. He's average.
Couldn't be in your
And
space.
it's funny, right? Because when we have these conversations, these women can't even see that they're displaying the very thing that we're talking about. She said, how can you say that we're masculine as a whole? And she came up here and she can't even have a conversation or keep quiet long enough to hear my reply. She'll ask me a question, keep on talking. I'm trying to answer the question and she just keeps going and going and going. That's combative. That's masculine. And so the very first thing that you said when you came up was that you had a problem with me talking about how masculinity is a problem within the community. And then you showed those very same masculine traits that I spoke about.
Can I speak now?
Just quickly, Dark Knight Mentality says you don't take her seriously, but you followed her.
I'm asking, but now you're interrupting me. Are you being masculine?
No, Mahogany, I'm trying to read the super chat.
I'm not talking to you, Jessica.
Hold up. Go ahead and finish up, Jessica.
It says you don't take her seriously, but you followed her to Bernard's show to argue your emotional points. What does your husband say about that?
Am I allowed to answer? Or am I going to keep on getting muted?
No. Wait. You say, whoa, stop. You get muted when you interrupt if somebody don't get to finish. Right now, she just finished, and the question was put to you. You are able to respond to that. Go ahead.
You're asking me about my husband. I'm not the one sitting up there telling women how to behave to get a husband. So why don't you ask her about her husband, Dark Knight Mentality? Thanks for the super chat. Keep on supporting this brother.
Huh? I'm actually kind of with you on that one to some degree. I mean, yeah, okay. I'll give you definitely a half a point on that. You are not up here telling people how to get a husband, so that's why I don't care for the "Where's your husband?" at question. I don't ask women that. That ain't my question. The whole "Where's your husband?" at thing. I don't do that. But anyway. Carrying on. Jessica X logic and good reasoning, while Mahogany insane emotion and instability. Chef Jessica wins again.
Am I allowed to speak now?
Yeah, sure. You can go ahead and speak.
David Johnson, you want to call me emotionally insane and all this stuff. No one has shown more emotional instability than you in these YouTube streets, honey.
All right. Whoa. Cut it out. Whoa. Stop. We ain't doing that. He's super chatty. He can say what the hell he wants. You ain't about to attack the chat.
Right. But here's...
Go ahead, Jessica.
I was just going to say again, this is the problem that we are dealing with. There is no accountability. Rather than actually acknowledging the fact that she came up here and she's emotional and she's being combative, she wants to straight away deflect and say, but you. How about you actually look at your behavior that you're displaying right now? There's a reason that people are super chatting these things. They're not saying it because it's a lie. They're not. You actually have to look at your own behavior and take accountability for it. You can try and deflect all you want, but that's not going to solve the problem. You are the reason that platforms like mine exist. If you don't want my platform to exist, change your behavior, and it wouldn't.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, you got it.
Thank you. I don't know what behavior she's talking about. Basically, anybody that gives her some pushback.
Wait, hold on. I'll explain to you the exact behavior. You come up. You're obviously being. I mean, granted, we're in a space where debating is going to take place, but I mean, I don't think she's far-reaching when she's speaking to just the very nature of you being overly combative and overly argumentative and interrupting and not really listening to what's being said, but just coming up to fight, regardless of the point, not listening to the point. You're being asked to respond to what it is that she's saying that you disagree with. You can't do that, but you just want to fight and attack without even having a logical discussion about what makes sense and what doesn't make sense about what's being said. And that's why people are saying that you're showing erratic behavior, to put it mildly.
Can I speak now, please? I haven't been combative to you or anybody else on this panel. I was talking to Jessica. Jessica and I have history, but since she wants to paint me as this combative, irrational person, she hasn't asked me anything to where there has been no points that she's made. Let's be clear. Everything that Jessica says is nothing but a mimic of something else that she heard from other people's channels.
Do you disagree? Do you disagree with anything that she says?
I don't listen to her channel.
Okay, wait. Stop. We're trying to get down to your disagreement. What is your disagreement with anything that Jessica says?
The main thing is I feel like she should really not be speaking on African American.
No. Wait, hold on. Whether or not her channel should exist is not something that we're about to debate. I want to know what's your disagreement with the points that she makes.
I never said anything about her channel existing. I'm happy that she's doing as well as she
Okay,
is.
all right. Hold on. Time out. You're saying you don't think she should be speaking about what she's speaking about. The thing that I'm trying to get to is the things that she's saying about what she's speaking about. What of those things do you disagree with?
I disagree with just the broad brush of the things that she says about African American women. Bomb Cherry is a witness to this. It happened on her channel, and I see that she's backstage.
I see that she's backstage as well.
So she can attest to this if you do not believe me.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. No disrespect, but just in certain places I'll go. I'm going further than what I normally go right now. Even having I'm hosting hosting the back and forth between you and Jessica. So yeah, I ain't going there. No disrespect to Bomb Jerry, but no, we ain't doing that. We don't do that here. But I'm keeping no certain areas I ain't going. Certain areas I ain't going. But it sounds like you're saying you don't like the broad brush of you don't like the generalizing. You don't think that she's specific enough in the things that she's saying.
Right, and then it
Okay,
just
Jessica, go ahead and respond to that, Jessica.
All right. So never have I sat there and said all. I'm addressing the issues that exist. We can't deny that these issues exist. You see, there's a thing with certain women, and it's a theme that you're going to see with most of the women who are upset at me, where they feel like women should not call other women out. Women encourage lack of accountability in each other, and you can see it here. She's saying you shouldn't be calling women masculine. You shouldn't be saying this about women. You shouldn't be saying that about women. Well, if you really had women's best interests at heart and you wanted to help women, because that's what you women all come under the guise of, right? We want to help each other. We want to help each other grow, blah, 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 blah. If that's really what you wanted, you would tell your fellow women where they're going wrong. But with you can't do that. It's like you all stay on code. You can't say when somebody else does something wrong. Why is that? You're not helping anyone. You are holding people back. As long as you keep encouraging this mentality where you can't speak about women and the problems that are going on, nothing is going to change. Men are still going to complain. They're still going to complain. Women are still going to be single. Women are still going to be upset. Nothing is going to change. If you really want to see the best for your fellow woman, then start calling them out when they do something wrong. That way they can improve and change and be better and be happy in the end.
I just want to say this to you guys. Thank you, Bernard, for having me on the show, and thank you, Jessica, for answering the questions. I'm not going to continue to do the back and forth. The reality is that there are women speaking about women in their behavior. I'm one of them. I think we just see things differently. I will be the first to admit, and I actually tried to apologize a long time ago that the way I came at you at first probably wasn't the best, but that's how I am. I'm very upfront and very direct. I don't sugarcoat anything. However, I will promise you that when I say that I have no ill will or am hating against your growth, I'm not. I'm happy to see any woman do her thing. It's just I feel like there has to be some balance. It just cannot be about speaking negatively about African American women all day. And I'm not talking about you. I see this across the space. It has to be a little bit of both, a little bit of give and take, like you say. I have spoken about some of the things we do. So there was shout out to you have a supporter in the chat. I don't remember his name, but he said you had a show going live tonight. So I'll probably be watching in the clouds and I'll listen to you. But anyway, I appreciate the time. Thank you, Bernard.
All right, thank you for coming up. And
You're welcome.
we're about to wrap this
Bye.
bad boy. We're about to wrap this bad boy up, even though it's almost about to go down, but I ain't trying to. Nah, it's it's a few people. It's a few people in the back, but no, we shutting it down. We shutting it down. Thank you, Emancipated Negroes. He said it make no sense to go on a panel to discuss your position with a group of people that disagree. I disagree with that statement. She said you will never fully get your point out. No, you'll never fully get your point out if you want to ignore the point and the questions that are on the table and just say whatever random thing that you wanted to say or air somebody out or this or that. No. We're going to stay on the subject, on the topic. That's what I tried to steer her back to. What points do Jessica make that you disagree with? And then let's break down those points word for word. And I think it exposed that it's no point that you make that she can really counter. So she just wanted to just come up and just say that you just need to shut up. It was basically just shut up argument. Once I saw where that was going, I wasn't going no further. But we about to wrap this bad boy up.
Just quickly, sorry, Bernard.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing is that, and I've seen it happen today, and I've seen it happen on my panel. When you come up, you are coming up for a conversation. I have to say this all the time. A conversation goes two ways. All right. That's why you're coming up for a conversation. It seems like a lot of people hit the link and want to be able to come up and just go off on some sort of diatribe and then, get their ish off and then drop down. That's not how it works. Only come up if you're willing to have a conversation, make your point, the other person makes their point, you go back and forth. That way. You can't just come up here and waffle, and then drop down.
Yeah, definitely. But all right. We're gonna wrap it up. Nope, I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna wrap this up. Mr. Right in the building with a super chat right at the buzzer as we close this out. I would again like to thank everybody who came through today, everybody who shared, subscribed, did anything. I'm removing individuals from the back. Get out of there.
I suspect there's a few bloodthirsty people in the back.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if bloodthirsty, but there was a few people in the back that I was had to remove from the back chat because I'm wrapping this up. I went longer than I was going. I believe Obsidian is about to go live. I told him to drop the link. I don't know if he got it fired up yet. I don't think it's fired up, but we about to get off of here. This was a great show. Not my highest views, but it got up there. It got up at like 680 or something. Angry Man and Obsidian have got me clear over 700 multiple times. So shout out, man, Jonathan Barronville coming through. He says, can we get Jessica to say waffle again? What is that?
Waffle.
Why do you want you to say that?
I don't know. But I'm going to be going live later on tonight, so they can catch me over there. If there's anybody that didn't get to come up that wants to speak to me, catch me there. Bernard, you like the way I said it that time? Bernard.
You still don't got it right, but it's all good.
What?
But,
not right still?
It was closer. It's the Burr. It's the BER Burr. You got to get the Burr.
Bernard.
Okay, but the A is R, not nod. R. Bernard. That was close. It almost sounded American. Promo for one. Oh yeah. Me and ARC got a one-on-one coming up real soon about his latest book, No Free Attention. That one-on-one will be coming up on the 22nd of January. Definitely make sure y'all are present when we do that one. But like I said, once again, thank you everybody. We are